Welcome one and all to you on this Sunday evening as we start to stream live here. This is Baldurs Gate 3. I've never played it before. I've never played anything like it before in my days, but I have on the grapevine, on the whispers, out in the wild, I have heard that it's a story worth savouring. So I'm looking forward to this. This was voted out of 5 options on a channel poll a little while ago in readiness for this empty slot we've got here. And I was a bit... Should we say I was a bit disappointed or crestfallen? But basically, I'm just fearful. I'm fearful that it's going to be weird, it's going to be difficult, it's going to hurt my brain with all of the different statistics and things like that. I've watched a couple of videos to let me in on what we might be doing here. And I've actually started the game. I bought this game a year ago and I started it back then. I can't remember anything about it. And I think I got as far as a difficult combat section and then it just fell away. My interest in it fell away just due to the complexity of everything. So I'm aware that there's going to be some kind of overwhelm. I'm going to go on here, but I'm going to take things slow. I'm also going to not worry too much about paralysis of making decisions. I'm just going to make them. The one thing I'm nervous about is the combat, in how I undertake that and my understanding of the statistics and the roles, and it's going to take some time. Mistakes will be made and difficult decisions will have to be made. So I'm just going to embrace it all, take it as it comes, make many saves as I go along. And hopefully, with your guys' help, maybe in the chat, or maybe even in the comments, if you watched it after it ends, I'd be so grateful for any help, any tips, any support, anything you can give me as we play this. So if you haven't watched any of my Let's Plays, playthroughs, lore-throughs before, take a little look around the channel. There's lots of different types of games I've been playing, but they're all story-driven. And I'm focused solely on the story when it comes to things, when it comes to games. I just love story, I love character, I love emotion, I love narrative and how it weaves and how different decisions will affect a person's journey. And it's the hero's journey that I just love to experience in many, many different forms, in many different worlds and universes and characters, and we're going to experience it here. So I take things very slowly. I'm very patient in that, and try and uncover the story wherever it lays. We'll kind of discuss the lore as we go along and the intricacies of it. So it's a relaxing, sturdy, meaty playthrough, and hopefully you'll be here for the ride with me. So Let's get into it. So, lights off, plug yourself in, zone out of the world, and join me as I discover, the world of Baldurs Gate 3. Delving deep into the depths of some kind of world. Yeah, I don't know anything about D&D, I don't know anything about this universe, so it's going to be completely new to me. Welcome to the stream, El Kiki, Sam Harrison, Armin. And, Sam said it's going to be different, that's for sure. How are you doing, Wolf? Very well. Right, let's hit up a new game. So, as an explorer for a narrative experience placing story before combat, that would probably suit us. A balanced adventure full of challenging choices. Tactician, Honour, Custom. I'm not going to vibe with those right now. At all. I think we should just go with balanced for now. And then if we have problems, we can dip down to Explorer. I'm more focused on understanding the world and the story and these characters that we're going to take on this journey. Sounds good to me. Let's try balanced. Now, I've been told this character creation is quite in depth. But first, we've got a cutscene. There's going to be lots of races and alien classes that I haven't got a clue about, so I'm waiting to dive in to see who these guys are, how they fit into the world, how they got there. I'm loving this eerie, serene start though. Now, this type of thing is in many a sci-fi horror movie. Parasites, not in the eye. Oh, not in the eye. That has to be my biggest phobia. Anything near the eye. You beautiful worm-type creature. What are you doing in there?
Who are you?
Welcome back. As this is not your first adventure, well, it is really. Like I said, I played it 10 months ago when I bought it and didn't get very, very far at all. I cannot remember anything about it, so let's reset the tutorials. Okay, welcome, Lyrio. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm excited and also nervous, so any help you can muster will be fantastic. What are your thoughts on different races, how we should set this up? I'm tempted to not think about it too much, but let's have a look. So we've got the custom origin. So we've got two choices here for the origin of our good selves. Play an existing character or a custom character. You've always felt you've had a greater calling, but it's never borne fruit. Everything changes when you awaken imprisoned on an alien ship, so that's what we just saw there. Perhaps your time has finally come. Right, I'm going to be a geezer, because I am. Body type, male or female. Is that a male? I don't think that is a male. Yeah, let's be a male. Randomized character? Oh my goodness. No, that's not randomized character. Let's try that for now, and I'm sure we can change the way we look. Now, the race. Now, I want to know what type of races we have. Let's have a look. The Drow. Driven to the Underdark, most Drow have adopted a ruthless pragmatism. That sounds like a good trait. While the Lolth-sworn delight in the goddess's evil tenets, the Seldarine reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of the Elven Pantheon. Okay. Human. I know where I am with the human. The most common face in Faerun, humans are known for their tenacity, creativity, and endless capacity for growth. I know where I am with a human. A Githyanki, with a ruthlessness born from mind flayer enslavement. So those guys that were adding those worms into our brain, they are mind flayers, and that's the most amazing name I've heard of an evil antagonist. A mind flayer. Flaying. To me is, and I think this is the only explanation of taking skin and flesh from the bone. So that is obviously a horrible thing. bring their silver swords and psionic might to bear against the trace of the illithid menace. Dwarfs, sturdy gentlemen, as durable and unyielding as their homes of stone. Dwarves are some of the finest warriors, miners and smiths of Faerun. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Faerun or Faerun. A half-elf. Curious, ambitious and versatile half-elves are welcome everywhere but struggle without a community to call their own. A dwarf and a halfling. Now, don't want to be marked as a racist, but I don't understand the difference. Small yet capable, halflings prefer the comforts of home and hearth, but their natural luck and dexterity makes them fine adventurers. So I guess like Hobbit. A gnome? Well, lots of short people. Small, clever and energetic gnomes use their long lives to explore Faerun's brightest corner and darkest depths. A proud race of the Dragonborn. So you've... a proud race that values clan skills above all else. Once enslaved by dragons, they strive to be self-sufficient, not wanting to be beholden to anyone, not even the gods. Half-orc. Creatures of intense emotion, half-orcs are more inclined to act than contemplate. Whether the rage burning their bodies compels them to fight, or the love filling their hearts inspire acts of incredible height. That is so lovely! Love filling their hearts inspires acts of incredible kindness. Intense emotion. I wouldn't have thought that of an orc. Right. I'm going to just go with human. I know where I'm at. We've got... you acquire the following: civil militia, human versatility, spear proficiency, pike proficiency, half. Looks like we've got proficiency of lots of different things. So I'm just going to go with that. Now, class. Yes, Sparrow says literally hobbits. They very much like hobbits. Sam says, played Baldur's Gate 2 ages ago. Don't remember anything. So, no, it's supposed to be great if you can't get past the D&D mechanics. If you can get past the mechanics. Well, we're going to try our best. Very much try our best. Right, we acquire... So, Bard. What have we got here? Barbarian. You acquire the following... So, Barbarian, basically, melee combat. The strong embrace the wild that hides inside. Keen instincts, primal physicality, and most of all, an unbridled and quenchable rage. I'm already going towards that area. I'm from the Golden Axe generation, so any kind of double-headed axe that I can swing at various beasts, I'm into it. Bards... No music is more than idle fancy, it is power. Through study and adventure, these travelling troubadours master song, speech, and the magic within. So Elkiki says, is there an assassin class? Well, I'm sure there is, in terms of attributes. Clerics are representatives of the gods, they worship wielding potent divine magic, so that's a magical class. The druids channel the elemental forces of nature and share a deep kinship with animals. Mastery of a wild shape allows them to transform. So another mystical one, and obviously powers drawn from the energy of the earth. So a fighter and a barbarian. A fighter have mastered the art of combat, wielding weapons with unmatched skill and wearing armour like a second skin. So these guys are strong. Keen instincts and pride. He's got slightly more intelligence. He's got good proficiencies and lots of different weapons. Yeah, let's go with this one. I know where I am with a sword, and you know, I think you're in a team with other characters that can do other stuff from the videos I've been watching. Okay, so we are going to be a human fighter. Fighting style. Adopt a particular style of fight. Dueling. Two-weapon fighting. So that sounds like more of a barbarian. When you are wielding a melee weapon that is not two-handed or versatile in one hand and no weapon in the other, you deal an additional 2 damage with that weapon. I think I'm going to go down this route. You can carry a shield in your free hand and still gain this bonus. So let's go dueling. So now we have a background, and it gives us certain skill proficiency. So I'm going to try and choose one that kind of complements us as a fighter. Acolyte, service to a temple. This gives you insight and religion. I'm just going to read the acquirements, what you acquire from these backgrounds. Sleight of hand. So stealing and deception. That might be useful. Stealth and deception. You have a history of breaking the law and survive by leveraging less than legal connections. Animal handling. Insight and persuasion. Now our charisma's low, so I don't know how good that will be. Do you know what might be fun? To kind of roleplay a character that's that is a fighter for hire out on the road from a noble background, and he's kind of shunned his lineage. You were raised in a family among the social elite, accustomed to power and privilege. Accumulating renown, power and loyalty will raise your status. Now persuasion would be fun. Or growing up in the wilds, athletics and survival. I think I'm going to go with that one. So a sage is arcana and history. A soldier, athletics and intimidation. That could be useful. Sleight of hand and stealth. Let's go for Outlander. Charisma, we go up to +2 bonus. Just looking down here to see what this offers. Athletics, acrobatics, investigation, survival. So he's half a clever guy with some fighting skills and some intelligence. I think that's a good mix, considering, you know, for someone that's wielding a sword. Now, you may customize your skill proficiencies in the list below. If you're proficient in a skill, you add a bonus to those skill checks, making you more likely to succeed. Okay. +3 to acrobatics. So what we've got assigned at the moment? We've got intimidation, which is pretty good. And keep your balance, land on your feet. Insight. What's insight? Read people in situations, detect lies. I quite like that one. So we're going to go with insight and intimidation. Okay. Now appearance. I'm going to design this guy to be like me, which is a tall, middle-aged, skinny fat white guy. So let's see how we do that. So the body types are quite... I mean, he's taller, isn't he? Identity male.
Where to next?
What was that?
Hells, something just woke up down here.
Or quite like that one.
Be wary.
It's opened.
More of those wretched things.
There's magic keeping this chest sealed. I can feel its aura.
Where to be?
It's opened. There's magic keeping this chest sealed.
I love it. I love that voice.
Feel its aura.
Whoever that is, that's it. Right, white guy. Ooh. Very pasty white guy. Let's go into the face. I'm never going to make it look like me at all. You guys don't know what I look like, so I could be anyone. Maturity. Well, I'm older than most. Right, freckle quantity. Can we zoom in a bit here? Yeah, that's about middle-aged, isn't it? Sun damage, freckled quantity. Yeah, a sort of roguish, experienced, wizened fellow. Freckled intensity, quite a lot. No, vitiligo, no. Scarring. Ooh, a bit of scarring, like that, maybe. Or a bit like that. He's been through a few wars. You can't wield a sword without going through a few wars. Genitals. How can I see this penis? I want the biggest of all the penises. I definitely don't want a vulva. I'd like to think the default penis is just your average penis, and then one of these is an enormous one. And if I'm going to roleplay, I'm not going to roleplay with a tiny penis. I've done that all my life. So let's find how we can find the penis. No, I don't know if the penis is too... No clothes. There we go. Nice big penis. Mostly it's nothing to do with... It's just your pubic hair, isn't it? We can have a vulva if we want. Let's just have a healthy standard darker pubic hair. I really felt that we were going to roleplay some girth and mirth, but no, just pubic hair, fine. Okay, eye colour. Let's look into here. I'm kind of bluish. Kind of bluey grey, if that is a thing. Yeah, a bit like that. So that's the eye colour. Sam says, Wolf, be careful. YouTube is watching. Yes, okay. Well, let's not say the P word too often. Heterochromia. That's interesting, but no. Tattoo style. Don't think I need any tattoos. Piercings? No, I don't think I need any piercings. Eye makeup. Let's see what this does. Can we have a bit darker eyes? Yeah, I think that's quite, emo. Tint intensity, metallic tint, glossy tint. Hairstyle. Right, this is the important one. This is the important one. In the same way with the genitalia, I want to roleplay having a full, rich head of hair. So let's look here. I want it sort of... Oh, I quite like that, Viking style. And this is quite cool, like the guy out of... I've forgotten the name of the TV show. We could have long hair. That's pretty awesome. I'm guessing you can change the way you look throughout the game. To change your hairstyles. Or we could just go for the short hair. No, I kind of rock this hairstyle already, so no, we'll stay away from that. That's pretty awesome. I'm taking a long time over this hair. El Kiki says we could get a genital piercing. I don't think that's going to be conducive to the amount of distance we're going to have to travel. Especially in our jerkins and our cod pieces, it's going to do a lot of chafing, and I just think just get it out of the road, I think. I like that one. It's kind of dreadlocky. This is what we're having. Hairstyle, it's Gorgon. I like it. Facial beard, a little bit, I think. Let's have a look. Maybe a goatee. Or we could just go full Viking. It's called or mutton chops. Yeah, something like that. Be fine. And let's ginger it up. Oh no. Slightly ginge. So that's the hair colour. Highlights. Like a blonde highlight. It's kind of not working, is it? In that instance. Yeah, I like that. He's looking fiery. He's looking awesome. Highlight intensity. Oh, here we go. Maybe we should have something a bit funky. Green highlights. No, that is quite Gorgony, isn't it? Blue highlights. Maybe red. Maybe yellow. Do you know what? Let's just tone down the yellow highlights. To almost nothing. Just a little hint. Greying? Yeah, he's supposed to be a bit old, so maybe greying intensity. Just a few flecks, like a silver fox. Yeah, it's kind of. He looks dirty. He looks well travelled. Maybe we should have a look at making him a bit older. He looks quite young. Maturity. Yeah, just a bit older. A few more freckles. Who's the guy out of The Witcher who runs the show? The main guy at Care Moran. I want to feel like that guy. Right, let's have a look at him. Now that is a character I can get behind. He looks like He looks like a good fantasy hero. Or, you know, not an archetypal hero, but a guy that's a bit, you know, subdued. Probably can't trust him too much. Vesemir. Yeah, he looks like Vesemir. And I'm into that. What do you think? I think that's excellent. So let's review the character. What should we call him? Rename character. Let's call him Wolf. Next, choose Guardian. I don't know what to say about a Guardian. I don't know what that is, but let's see.
You need a guardian. Choose one.
Venture forth. Right, you need a Guardian, choose one. So this is a drow race, and that interests me, the drows. Should we try and randomise a few? I like her off the bat. So that's randomise 1. Randomise 2. I guess we can come back and choose the ones we've lost. So she's awesome. I like her. She is an elf, though. What if we turn her into a drow? What's she going to look like? Pretty sweet. No, I like this girl here. I like the elf. I think we should have her. Let's check her voice, because that's quite important.
Remarkable.
Good luck.
Yeah, let's have the female of the species. I think she's awesome. I like that she's very young. I like that she's elfy. I like her turquoise hair. I like everything about her. Maybe should we give a tattoo on her face? Something subtle, I think. I quite like that. Sort of a bit weird. I don't think she got a scar. No, she has got a scar with one tattoo on her forehead. No, let's not have that tattoo. I quite like the tattoo on the eyes. Let's keep that. Right, I'm going to venture forth. Thor says, be careful of demonetization. Oh dear. Alright. Well, if we get rumbled later, I can just cut that bit out. About the penis. I've said penis again. I'll have to cut that out. Okay. Lots of chat about demonetization, so yeah, alright. Thanks for the tip. We'll see how that goes on. Let's just venture forth. I'm excited about this character we've just chosen, and I'm scared of these mind flayers. Some kind of organic flying ship over this amazing city. Let me know how the audio is mixed. Let me know if the music or anything's too loud. Some kind of teleportation system with those tentacles, that's impressive. And they're ending up in these pods. Dragons, a portal. The Mind Flayer held his arm there as if it was hurting him. The tentacle was ripped and it hurt him. It's very much like Avatar, isn't it? Connecting with your mount. God, this protection value on this opening cinematic is... I've never seen anything like it. So, the ship went through a portal to escape from the dragons, and it's floundered. Devilish goblins. We're being attacked. Right, Wolf. The adventure begins.
Head.
So, meet Wolf, ladies and gentlemen. Wolf, perhaps, I didn't see it happen, but Wolf was kind of teleported through this method of their tentacles touching some fleeing human or fleeing being, and then it ends up in these pods. We can move around. That's our Mind Flayer pod. Why we're in there,
Hells are we?
I don't know. Were they feeding on us? Were they using us as some kind of energy source? Are they trying to read our minds? What are they doing? So a Mind Flayer pod. Here we go. Let's. We can't use it.
Might still be stuck inside if we hadn't been attacked.
Okay, so when we landed, are we? I don't think we are landed. We're still moving. So the process of being attacked has kind of jettisoned us out into this organically built round of pods, Mind Flayer pods. Right, we've got action bars out the wazoo. No idea what I'm doing there. We are a level 1 human fighter. Now, here is a dead Mind Flayer. And we've earned a topaz. We've earned a topaz, ladies and gentlemen.
Dead. Good.
So Thor says, what a handsome man Wolf is. Well, you don't know the half of it, Thor. But this gentleman, I think, is certainly handsome. He's going to break some hearts, I can tell. All manner of hearts. Now, this thing is called a nursery, and if I'm not mistaken, this is where the Mind Flayer took that, what would you call it? Parasite.
This is the pool that thing came from. The parasite now writhing behind your eye.
Okay. Let's do some investigation. Some dialogue options require a skill check. A dice roll that must meet or exceed a target number. Your character skills adds a bonus to this roll. So this is where I'm kind of nervous about the dice rolling, about the decisions, and about the statistics in relation to combat and all the above. So let's continue with trepidation. So it's a difficult class of 10. We've got a D20, and we've got a +1 to our intelligence and a +2 to our proficiency. So you'd want to think we'd be okay. No, we are not okay.
You notice nothing more than meets the eye.
What meets the eye are a few of those parasites not moving, so they might be dead. And that's what happens if you investigate things. You fail rolls and things explode. So that's a lesson off the bat.
Someone else got out.
Okay, so we're not the only one.
Might be other survivors.
So there's at least 3 that have got out. A ruptured one.
Not everyone made it out alive.
Just going to look at these actions, see what they do. There's jump, throw, shove, help, helped a downed character. No, nothing at the moment. What's this over here? Restoration.
Odd. I feel better.
Yeah, well, I don't think we were suffering at all. The sphincter. Now, a sphincter is a bumhole. And this does look very much like a bumhole. So let us go through this bumhole. Norrell Din, welcome to the stream. We are Wolf, and we are travelling through the sphincterous passage to try and find some survivors here, I guess. Nope. Nope. I'm trying to find a way of looking around with the camera. There's no way to kind of look up and round, which is odd to me. Dead goblin on some kind of table. And there is also there's blood.
Images of goblins, their habits and histories flash into your mind.
So we're a human class, right? That looks to be an alien tablet or alien writing. We shouldn't be able to read that. I'm wondering if the parasite is giving us gifts that we don't quite understand yet. I'll take the gold off you, goblin. That's no problem at all. I'll save that till later on. Read.
A schematic of a nautiloid flashes into your mind. Nerves, sinews, as much living being as ship.
So I'm imagining that this thing is a nautiloid. A nautiloid like a being, a nautical being. So we've read that. We can read this.
A feeling penetrates your mind. An anomaly, one like ourselves, unconnected from the whole. Caution.
An anomaly.
Let's see what this does.
Worlds beyond worlds flash before your eyes. Empires of a grand design traversed by ships just like this.
So we're getting a real sense, whether we look at those tablets and it just forms images in our mind, and it must be the parasite that's giving us those images. We seem to be making a connection to them in some way. A cerebral aquarium.
Mind flayer horticulture.
Okay, so the mind flayer is growing something botanical in there.
1,000 years of humanoid history, elves, dwarves, humans, and more flash behind your eyes.
So history other than our own. And what are these? A neural apparatus. Something for the brain.
Doesn't do anything.
They both not do anything. Okay. We're heading up here. Onto this platform. And there's a humanoid geezer over here. What's his misfortune? A Murnath. Under operation. Context menu. Examine. So it's a humanoid. High. Level 1 high elf. Look at his brain. Blood spatters all over his back. His cranium has been removed, exposing his brain. And I think... So release us. Is that the brain talking? So features of dark vision. It kind of doesn't matter now. He's dead as...
We are here.
Dead as.
Here.
We are here. I liking his voice. Brain jar.
Odd.
Right.
We are. Yes, you've come to save us from this place. From this place, you'll free us. Please. Before they return.
Save failed.
They return.
Perception. Dialogue history. You've come to save us from this place. You will free us. Please, before they return, before the mind flayers return. Who am I talking to, a man or a brain?
A newborn. Born new from this husk.
You realize you're talking to an intellect devourer, a minion of the mind flayers who abducted you.
A minion of the mind flayer, an intellect abductor. Is that what happens to our brain when those parasites take hold? You sound afraid. Why? I think you're past the point of saving. Tell me what to do. Let's ask about his fear levels.
The enemy. So many enemies.
Or her fear levels. Right, I think you tell me what to do.
Remove us from this body. From this case. Free us. Please.
Now, we failed one investigation. We are quite strong to break the skull. Dexterity, we can prise the brain from the skull and we can destroy the brain. Well, let's try the investigation first to see if we can get any clues, because I felt we shouldn't have failed that last one. We're adding 3 to it, so we need a 7 or higher, which we've got.
You notice edema, a swelling of the brain causing pressure where it strains against the shell of the skull.
Okay. Attempt a cerebral extraction, staying mindful of the swelling. Gently prise the brain. Inspect. I'd like to look at my stats again, if I may. And I can't. I can't look at the stats. I can't remember how good we are at things. I think we're relatively strong, I think. We don't have any, we're not a paladin, so we can't heal. I'm not sure if we're dexterous. Let's try the strength. Let's try breaking the skull. We get a +2, so we need an 8 or above. Come on. No. An unmitigated failure. I know. I imagine this brain is going to have perished.
The skull holds fast.
The skull holder, destroy the brain or leave. So we get no other options. So we've failed at helping this dude. Considering it is a parasite that kind of abducts brains, I think it's probably something that we should get rid of. I'm going to destroy it. Squealing. Oh. Gone. Nothing to loot. The Murnath is dead. The brain is dead. That's it. That's disappointing. I wanted to know more of this brain and what it was going to tell us. It's a failure. So far, the dice rolls. That's. I shouldn't get disheartened by failure. I should not. We need to think about how we save as well. Can we add a... Can we add one here? Can we add a new save? Auto-save. We can... I just wanted to add a new save. How do we do that? Do you only get 2? That's weird, isn't it? Alright, overwrite that save. Sure you want to overwrite it? Yes, please. Looks like we only get 3 save slots, which is strange. Right, we're heading out to the exterior of the ship, where those tentacles were bringing people into the belly of this beast. we're on fire. The dragons have seen to that. There are numerous pods emptied, and we're bound to find some survivors, so let's continue. I'm just loving Wolf now. I hardly ever make... No, now these goblins on. They don't look too welcoming. I hardly ever make a character customization where I'm actually happy with the result, but this guy, I'm just vibing with him. Just the roguish hero.
Abomination. This is your end. Your head throbs and your skin tingles. Visions rush past. A dragon's wing, a silver sword, and a flash of your face seen through the strange woman's eyes. Oh, my head. What is this? Skvar, you are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
This is Lazel. Lazel, Lazel, Liesel. Lazel. Lazel Tsuxvar. You are no thrall. Vlaakith blesses me this day. So a thrall, I guess, is someone who's been overcome to the Mind Flayer's bidding. And that's not us yet. What made you think I was a thrall?
We carry Mind Flayer parasites. Unless we escape, unless we are cleansed, our bodies and minds will be tainted and twisted. Within days, we will be Gaich, Mind Flayers.
Well, I don't want to be Gaich. We must be cleansed in order to not be Gaich. We are turning into Mind Flayers. There must be something we can do.
We can do nothing until we escape. That must be our priority.
I agree.
First, we exterminate the imps. Then we find the helm and take control of the ship. We will address the matter of a cure for this infection once we reach the material plane.
What is the material plane? Is that a fancy word for terra firma? Look at these devilish goblins. They are feasting on the dead bodies. Combat general tutorial, please. Please give me this. So this is what I'm most nervous about. Dimatic, welcome. Looking good, Wolf. Wolf is looking good. Get ready to fight. Combat happens in rounds, and each participant gets a turn to act. The game pauses around you during combat, so you have time to plan your actions. Good to know. During your turn, you can move, take an action, and take a bonus action. You can see your actions and bonus actions in the Action Radial menu. R1 to open. So, different wheels doing different things. Potion of healing. We've got these actions here. So the action is green, the bonus action is orange. That is all good to know. And in our combat, we have damage of 3 to 12. Make a melee attack with your equipped weapon. Okay. How much can we travel? We can travel. How much movement have we got? A mere 9 meters. So a main hand attack is 90% for this guy, 90% for this guy, but we can't get him. Let's go for the furthest away on the right.
May the gods take you first.
Dunzo. That's what we're after. Wolf uses main hand attack. And what? Examine? There we go, examine. So we've got good strength, good dexterity. I'm feeling good about this, the way we're set out here. Feeling very good. Initiative +1. I'm feeling good about this guy. Okay. We've got no more movement left. We can do Potion of healing, don't need to do that. We can only do a bonus action. Throw, shove. Second wind, draws on your stamina to heal yourself. Pommel strike. Now that would be good. 1 to 4 damage, so it's not as good. But we've got no one left to strike, so let's end the turn.
Victory awaits.
Lae'zel. Now let's look at Lae'zel. Opportunity attack, reactions, L3.
Time to strike.
Let's look here. Lots of stuff in her inventory. Oh goodness me, this is so vast. So, what have we got equipped at the moment? We've got equipped her longsword and also her short bow. All these are equipped. Characteristics. She's a soldier. Great weapon fighter. So we've got similar. We're similar dudes. She's a Githyanki and she's a fighter. So we're a similar class. So let's take that on and hit them where it hurts. 95%. So she's actually better at fighting than us. Let's do it. Dematic says, I like playing this on controller more than on keyboard or mouse, not going to lie. So this is on PS5. I don't have a PC, and I was wondering about that, whether there'll be a kind of discrepancy in the quality of how we do things. Okay. I'm just going to move on a little bit and see how we get on with this guy. Okay, let's end our turn. Dematic, it does sound you've got experience in this, and anyone else in the stream that does at any time, you are more than welcome to give me some tips. But that looks like low ground to me, and that looks like high ground. So I don't want to take the low ground.
Have to keep going.
And turn.
Victory awaits.
Now, main hand attack. How do we then do? Let's look at actions. Here we go. Let's try a range attack. See what happens. Damage 2 to 7. Range attack 85%. Let's see. Okay.
You proved surprisingly adequate in battle.
We downed some goblins.
Now, to the hell.
But Lae'zel got injured, so I'm wondering. L2.
Action, not reaction.
Can we heal ourselves? Mage hand. Create an invisible spectral hand that can manipulate and interact. Second wind, draw in your stamina to heal yourself. That's interesting. We've also got a potion. So let's just take the potion, or let's try the stamina. Sounds good to me. I don't know how it affected any stamina that we have.
Indolence breeds madness. Assume nothing.
Where is our stamina at the moment? Experience 30 out of 100. Proficiencies. Again, we'll dig into this as we go, rather than try and cram it all into my small human fighter brain right now. Right,
No one's stopped me yet.
let's take on Wolf. Another dead mind flare. Caustic bulb. What in the world is this? Caustic bulb and a potion of speed. I like that. Let us look here.
And these things are staying interesting.
Where is our inventory? Here we go. So we've got this potion of speed. Gain an extra action. A +2 bonus to armor class advantage on dexterity, saving throws, and double your movement speed for 3 turns. That looks useful to me. earned this topaz, didn't we? A gem of the desert birthed in flame. And we earned this curious thing. A caustic bulb. Throw this slime-covered bulb at a target to coat it, the ground and anything nearby, in caustic brine. Until long rest, soft to the touch and covered with a thin layer of colourless slime. So we will try and experiment with what we can experiment with. Let's take this scimitar. Looks like we don't have any movement restrictions when we're just outside of combat, which sounds like an essential element. And a light crossbow.
Time to rest.
Let us perhaps add this. Now, can we use this effectively? Proficiency with this weapon type unlocks something. So we've equipped that in our range slot. So notable features are Outlander, toggle non-lethal attacks, opportunities, automatically attack an enemy moving out of your reach. Civil Militia, you have weapon proficiency with spears, pikes, halberds, glaives, and armor proficiency with light armor and shields. Select an additional skill to be proficient in. Your carrying capacity is increased by 1/4. That also sounds pretty cool. So we've got +2 proficiency in light crossbows. That sounds good. That's what we're rocking right now. Julia, Byrne. First tip of the playthrough, you get yourself a gold star and a virtual hug. Press hold right stick to highlight the loot in the area, by the way. Stunning. A stunning tip. Another crossbow. I'm going to take it. I'm sure we'll jettison some things, maybe sell some things. Potion of healing. Best tip of the playthrough so far. The award is gifted to you. Never seen you in the stream before, Julia. Welcome. Healthy amounts to my usual midday streams here on a Sunday evening, as opposed to my midday streams. So welcome to you all, and let me know where you're from, what time it is with you, and how you found me. There's a few regulars in the stream that I can see: Sam and Sparrow, and El Kiki, and Noor. There's a few new faces, so come say hi as we investigate. Ah, we did not need to use that because we can restore ourselves. Excellent.
Ship won't be able to take another dragon attack. We need to get out before it's too late.
Might be on a timer here. So there's a short bow, some gold, there's a simple robe, there's a short sword. Nope. I want to go up. Gold. Let's continue up. Arterial mesh. Everything's like an organic matter material. Through the sphincter.
Gate machinery. I can make no sense of it.
Okay. Elkiki says you need to hurry before you become gay. Well, that's something we want to avoid. But I'm also hopeful that we can do some investigation. There is a sacrificed cultist. Sapped. Right, let's talk to who we can talk to.
The man isn't dead, but he's totally unresponsive.
So not a lot we can do with him.
Life flickers in his eyes, but he seems totally unaware of his surroundings.
Zombified. Medium toughness, mind flare pod.
You! Get me out of this damn thing!
We have no time for stragglers.
Right, we have no time for stragglers. Look for a latch that might open the lid. We can say there's no time, or we can look around. Let's look for this latch.
The construction is too alien. Nothing looks familiar.
This ship is crashing. Do you intend to die for a stranger?
Right, Lazel's not so charitable. I'll go look around. There must be some way to get this thing
Find
open.
that contraption next to the pod. They did something to it when they sealed me in.
So,
Hurry!
this lady is Shadowheart. This contraption next to the pod. Journal updated. Let's, how do we look at our journals? Here we've got a map. How do we look at our journals? Context menu, no. Alright, what now? No, can't see any journal there. Oh, there's one of those. What's that? Right, well, let's look at this contraption here. So, Julia, R2, right side is the journal. Ooh, tips and tricks. So the main quest right now is just to escape. There's nothing else on our mind here. Wolf is wondering what the hell is in his brain, but also wondering more how he's going to get out of this Nautiloid. Reach the helm. We met a Githyanki named Lazel. She told us that we can escape if we reach the ship's helm. Find a way off the Nautiloid. Rescue the Illithid's captive. Find a way to release the captive. We encountered a survivor trapped inside one of the pods aboard the Nautiloid. Perhaps we can find a way to free her. Inspiration is an outlander and a soldier. Dialogues, tutorials. What else is in this beauty? A spellbook, a character sheet, alchemy, maps. We can take a short rest to replenish resources. Looks like we've got 2 of that regard. We can go to a camp, a long rest, waypoints. It's all there.
The console appears dormant.
Just take my jumper off because this is getting hot and jeopardous. I'm feeling the heat in this dragon-bathed Nautilus. The console appears dormant. Look for a switch or release. Hit it or leave it. Well, we're strong, we're dexterous, we're intelligent. Let's give it a go.
Nothing. The console remains dormant.
A mere toe tap was all it warranted. Right, let's leave. Dormant. So it needs power.
Whatever fits in that socket must power this thing.
Let me out!
Okay, more questions.
Get me out of this thing!
The pod's stuck fast. I can't free you. Stay calm. I'll find a way. Okay, but before we do that, my dear Shadowheart, we're going to have a look round and see what we can see. Using our new tricks of elaborate reliquary, dark mind, a Illithid manuscript, and a burnished necklace.
Needs a key.
You need thieves' tools to pick a lock, or you can find its key. Well, we're not a thief, are we?
Faint images appear in your mind. A brain, a Githyanki warrior, and centuries of darkness.
A brain, a Githyanki warrior. She's Githyanki, right? The brain we managed to kill.
A brain in a jar.
That's a brain in a jar. That's a brain in a jar. We have it. Let's go through. We've got a couple of sphincters to choose from. So I think we'll go through both of the sphinxes. More pods. Now these are the more biological pods. This is another restoration which we don't need. This leads to
We're nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Okay, so we've got to get to the helm to steer the ship somewhere to get it to ground so we can escape. I'm not sure, but if we go in there, then that sounds like an important place to be. So let's avoid that for now. We'd like to get Shadowheart out. There's this brain. Can we talk to this brain?
You are beautiful.
Any brain that gives me that kind of compliment is welcome anytime. A dead thrall. A key. Well, that is something that we need back here. Ah!
We are one.
We are one? Not yet. An onyx. And gold. Inventory. Where be that?
Let's move.
I'd like to look at what they say is an onyx. It's said, when Shar walks upon the earth, she leaves a path of onyx behind her. So Shar maybe is some kind of god in this world, some kind of biblical, some kind of religious deity. Remember that. Let's write that down. Shar. I want to dig into the lore as much as we can. I want to learn about this world I know nothing about. So sometimes it might bear a little bit of time to understand. Right, let's go back over here and continue. I was keen on opening that box. Just a wandering brain, up and down.
How many
This
hosts
nautiloid.
are these gate infected?
Right, a mind flare pod.
A dazed woman is trapped inside the pod. She doesn't notice you.
She doesn't notice us. Well, I don't blame her. She's got other things on her mind and in her mind, as we have. Place your hand on the console. I love it. It reminds me of Independence Day, whereby the ships have got this kind of organic nature to it. And when we saw the Nautiloid jumping, I don't know whether it was a parallel universe or it was some portal to another place in this world. I'm not sure. But the kind of this kind of tail, bulbous tail end opened up with these threads and strands that fused together. And that reminded me of Avatar.
As you place your hand on the pod, you hear something. A presence connected to the pod, commanding the person inside to change.
Looks like we have initiated this pod to do something. And they've turned into mind flares.
Change her. Changed at the pull of a lever. How? If we are not purified, this may be our fate.
So I'm wondering if this race of
Before
being
it's our turn.
doesn't breed in the traditional sense. They kind of they're like locusts, and they not locusts. Basically, they harvest other beings and turn them into them. An Eldritch rune.
This might unlock those controls next to the pod.
Okay, so that's for the pod. Open journal to learn more. Gold and a quill.
Looking ahead.
Let's look at the Elven rune. Eldritch rune. A strange energy buzzes through this alien object. So, alien means these guys are from another world. They look otherworldly, and they look like they're invading and taking over and causing just some dismay and disdain. So they're otherworldly. You are sure you've never seen any of the like, yet part of you recognise it as a component of some bigger machine. A long, sharpened feather plucked from the wing of a goose. Oh, what have we got here? A slave mind. We can pick another one of these up.
Another brain.
We have a cartilaginous chest. And in it we've got some healing. That's good. Yeah, I think we've got a fair amount of healing now. 5 in total. Lazel has got 2. What's she got? She's got a keychain. She's got camera supply sack. She's got an alchemy pouch. And the clothes on her back. Yes, she has become gay.
The newborn mind flayer stares at you, weak and dazed.
So I imagine that mind flayer is not going to be weak and dazed for long. I imagine that the transformation is quite sapping, energy sapping. Maybe there's a recovery phase to be done, but that's a mind flayer ready to go and emerge and take rank with the rest of these invaders, imposters, conquerors of worlds. Okay.
The console appears dormant.
There's a socket in the console shaped like the rune you found.
The console hums to life. But what is its purpose? Will it free the captive or transform her like that other unfortunate?
Right, place your hand on the console. Arcana, take a closer look at the powered up console. I don't imagine this is going to spoil anything. We might just get more information. I don't know what skills will add to it. I imagine wisdom is one of them. Intelligence. So we need a 9 or more. Beautiful.
The pulsing glow and organic lines of the device make it seem more like a beating heart than a machine. This device is different from the one that caused the other captive to transform. Perhaps it will open the nearby pod.
Place your hand on the console. That's the aim of the game, to open this nearby
you feel
pod.
a hideous squirming in your head. The parasite. Then discomfort fades, and another sensation washes over you. Connection. Authority.
Okay. Illithid wisdom. Will the pod to open? Ignore the sensation. What is this illithid element to it? Is that something to do with the parasite? And it looks like we are kind of tapping into these skills that it's burdening us with. I don't want to ignore the sensation. I want to explore it. We only need a difficulty class of 2, so this is kind of an automatic roll, because a 1 plus our wisdom will do it.
You feel the biomechanical brain of the console process your command and yield to it. A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated.
Right, let's look at this journal.
Thought I was done for.
Okay. We opened the pod using the Eldritch rune and freed the captive. We should speak to her. Speak to her we will. Shadow Heart? Shadow Heart. So we've got level 12. She's only up to level 10. So let's look at the concepts. Let's examine her. What is she? Who is she? Why is she? She's humanoid, half elf, very wise, Fear of wolves. Opportunity of attack. Good. Good. She's a half elf. Her name is Shadowheart. She has a shield and a bludgeoned mace. Let's talk to her.
I thought that damn thing was going to be my coffin. Thank you.
Your mind lurches into her thoughts. Her gratitude is mixed with wariness, because you have a Gith with you.
You keep dangerous company.
Okay, dangerous company is what you need in a fight. Okay, so we're protecting her sense of, you know, her feelings against this racist comment. Let's explore this. Did you feel that just now? We were in each other's heads.
I did. It must be because of those parasites they put in us. They'll have to wait. I need to get off this ship alive first. Let me come with you. We can get off this ship and watch each other's backs along the way.
I'm all over that. All right then, let's get going.
Shadowheart. One moment.
It looks like she brought a dice, like a D20 with her.
It's nothing. Trust me.
Enough of this chatter. We need to get to the helm. Now.
She's right. Lead on.
I'm just wondering if we might have missed something back here. I felt that might have been a sphincter or two we didn't go through. We're going to go through that way eventually. But let's look through here. Ah, no. Yes. Can we go round here? Probably not. Right, let's head down. Before we go to that helm, I'd like to see what we've missed, because I feel like we came this way, but then didn't explore anywhere else. Do you know what? We probably didn't. Let's have a look around here. No, it looks like we were on the right track. Swifty, welcome to the stream. Going very well so far. I'm enjoying our character creation. I'm enjoying the characters that we've just found. I'm enjoying the mystery of this Nautiloid and the strange way that they seem to perpetuate their existence by creating thralls through this system of transporting them almost instantaneously to these pods, and through those pods they seem to be almost instantaneously turned into these mind flayers. So that seems to be how they perpetuate their species, or one of the ways anyway. And they do enjoy a good sphincter as a portal into other rooms. Right, I think we're all okay. We're all full health. Right, we've done an autosave. These guys... Oh my goodness. The mind flayer just ate his brain.
Thrall, connect the nerves of the transponder. We must escape. Now.
Do it. We will deal with the Gate after we escape.
Okay, initiative 2. Main hands tackle.
Fast. Got to write it.
Reach the transponder before the Nautiloid crashes. 15 turns remaining. Intellect Devourer. We've got all these beasts. This is... What is this? This is a lesser Hellsboar. Hell's Bells. He looks hard as nails. So strong, Resistant to poison. So we don't have any poisoning going on. Notable features. So it looks like hitting him might be a good option. Only 65%. That is 85%. Let's see.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Alright. Jumps character in turn.
Can't give up.
Right, what have we got? What have we got? Actions. We've got main hand attack. Blessing of the Trickster. Grant another creature advantage on stealth checks. A firebolt. Hurl a mote of fire. Quite like the look of that. 1 to 10. I quite like the fire thing. 85. 60. Main hand attack is better. Now let's go for the fire. It worked, we got 5. Now what secondary actions have we got? Shield of Faith, protect a creature from attacks. Let's try this. Lovely. Beautiful. End turn.
Swift and lethal.
65. 85. Let's go in for the kill for this guy. This beast is next though. Right, we don't want a ranged attack. Let's go for a main hand attack. And see this guy away, this lesser imp.
Let my name be known.
Gone. Right, we've got to deal with this hog. How much did that take away? Let's have a look. Only 2 points for the Lazel. That wasn't too bad. Right, ranged attack 2 to 9. 3 to 12 for the main hand attack. Only 70. I don't like the sound of that. What else have we got? Pommel strike. Let's go for the main hand attack, and then we can go in for the secondary pommel strike afterwards. Only 70. I don't like those odds.
Death won't take me yet.
5. That's okay. Now let's try the secondary attack of the pommel strike. Love it. That's dead now. That is dead. Not enough movement. Okay. So we've somehow got to get all the way over here in 15 turns, so we're not going to mess around. The camera can't move any further away from your character. Move the character to keep exploring. There's lots of things to pick up on the way through. Dead thralls. What is that? That's the Mind Flayer. Very wise, very charismatic. Well, he needs to be with a face like that, doesn't he? Conditions are threatened, no resistances. And this is an almighty Commander Zalk. Commander Zalk is a fiend and a level 8 Cambion. So I think we'll leave the Mind Flayer to attack this dude. He looks like an absolute beast. Hard as nails, dark vision. You can see in the dark. Just absolutely enormously good. Alright, let's keep going. Save. Miss. Right, let's head over. might be best to kind of skirt round the area here and stay out of... I wonder if there's a penalty being quite low down. So I'm going to try, even though we can't get there, I'm going to head over this way. Nothing there. Okay. Ranged. Have we got any ranged ability here? Let's look at inventories.
Can't give up. Not now. Got to concentrate.
Has she got anything in there? Can we give... Yeah, we can give her that. Looks like she hasn't... Oh, she's got light crossbow ability. Let's see if we can reach over here. Oh, no, we can't. There's no one we can attack. No, okay, we're going to end our turn then.
Time to strike.
So, let's head down
No
here.
time to waste.
Now, I think we can do this ranged attack. 85%. That'll do. 4. That's nothing to be sniffed at. Have we got any secondary attacks we can use? Hamstring shot. Shoot an enemy in the thigh and possibly reduce their movement speed by 50%. I think that's worth doing. Not enough movement for the pommel strike. Ah, I was on the wrong one. It's the pommel strike we can't do. Okay, end turn. Missed, good. Right, I think we should head down here and loot this guy.
What's in here?
Short sword.
Now.
So at the moment we've got the long sword for 3 to 12 damage. So we're kind of rocking the best thing at the moment. So we'll not worry about that too much. Right, let's see if we can get this ranged attack in. Dead. Good. Right, let's move on. 15 off to Commander Zalk. And he missed. Right, we're going to try and head round this way.
Worth a rummage.
I'm fury. I am death.
That's us. Try
What
and do
lies
this
within?
flare. Take your topaz, sir. And I think I might try and take this guy out with... with a ranged attack. 30% high defense. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? What else have we got? Throw? Dash, cover more distance this turn, double your movement speed. Should we try that? I don't know whether we've used our movement and we can't do any more, but I'm tempted to give it a go. Yes, we can. That's blinding, that is. That's blinding. Right, let's loot this guy. Dagger. Now, go up and loot this dude right here. Can't get quite far enough.
Hurry, before they strike.
Right. What have we got? We seem to be in a good place. Let's see. Oh, we've got plenty more of these dudes over here. Plenty more. This is where we need to get. To this transponder. We've got 13 more turns. I think we can afford to be a little bit... How much more movement we got? Not much. Let's go and loot this guy. Right, end turn. I might go over here and get this thrall.
What's inside?
Short sword. Crossbow. More than enough weapons. Let's continue just up here. Enter.
Nearly out of sky. It's now or never.
Over here.
Got to press on.
Might see if this one's got the movement as well. Dash. Right, let's head over here. We've got these bulbs as well that we can start throwing. Not enough movement speed. Alright, alright, alright. Okay, end turn there. I don't think we can... get any ranged attacks from here, so we'll call that a day.
Victory awaits.
Okay. Laser. I might try and get a little bit of elevation and then take out from the ranged attack. What have we got up there? It's good to be up high, but all the enemies are down this way. Let's try this out. Critical hit. One and done. I'm going to stay... What secondaries have we got? Pushing. Second wind. Healing. I might take this on. Draw on stamina to heal yourself. I'm going to take this on. Right, end turn. A miss from the fiery bolts. Right, we need to get past here. I'm tempted a lot to leave these guys to it. He's not long for the world, this Mind Flayer. Maybe we need to team up a bit.
Another step forward.
A little bit. High defense. Alright, maybe we can get up above him a bit. Might improve it around the back. No, it won't. It won't at all. Because you did it wrong. You did it very wrong. Can we push him? Shove. Try to push a target away. Your chances depend on your athletics and are higher if you're hidden or invisible. He's going to turn around and hurt us a lot. So I'm going to move away whatever we can. And then just be embarrassed about that whole situation.
Leave him to me. And then transform.
Right, he said leave him to me. Took 5 off us there. That's quite significant.
We must take the transponder.
Right. Range attack, high defense. He's too much. He's too much for us, I think. Let's head over here and grab this imp
Heading there.
from range. Ranged attack, 85%. What else can we throw? How do we throw those cat things? Is it here? Charm person, disguise self, ranged attack, guiding bolt. 4 to 24. Now that looks interesting. Let's try this one. 95%, so that's better. Let's try it. Instantaneous.
Time to strike.
Right, what have we got here? Main hand attack, 75%. I think it's worth it. We might be better to heal ourselves, and I think we can. No, we can't take that second wind. Can we take...
I will ascend.
a potion?
Swift and lethal.
There must be an easier way to take the potions, but... Right, I'm going to go for it. 75%, that's good enough for me. 11, that's not too shabby. Right, is there anything secondary? No, I don't think we can use the secondary one or the bonus action, because maybe that we took a potion. Right, I might go and help her here. An onyx.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Invalid target. Okay, let's try it from ranged. No. What can I do here? Oh, is it dead? It doesn't look very dead. I looted it, so maybe it is dead. Alright, well let's end that turn. Miss. Mind Flare is going to go. Alright, let's continue. We're nearly there. What I might do then is use this quick dash to get over here.
Might as well. I need to get to that transponder.
The Helm's alien transponder. You've made it in time.
Portals are opening. Where are we going to go? So it looks like Shadowheart there was trying to get to the tendrils to keep them sturdy enough so that they could use a portal somehow. Githyanki Knights are gifted red dragon mounts. Your spells will react with the environment. That's interesting to know. Environmental kills, environmental things during combat. Fighting from the higher ground. Who's this? Is that... No, this is not. Don't know who these pair are. Look at Wolf. Wolf was ready for this. He's taking his parasite with him there. Who on earth saved us here? The parasite, maybe?
As you wake, the tadpole squirms in your skull.
Right, check yourself for injuries first,
Other
I
than
think.
the infection, you're more or less intact. A miracle, given everything you've been through, but it'll all be for nothing if you don't find help soon. The tadpole is a death sentence, and the clock is ticking. You need a cure.
We need to be cleansed. We're on a ravaged beast. Let's check our journal. You can check your journal at any time to see a record of your adventure so far. Okay. We escaped the hells on the Nautiloid. So now the objective is to find a way to remove the Mind Flare parasite. We've escaped the hells on the Nautiloid and crashed somewhere back in the material plane. Now, what is the material plane? I do not know. I'd like to. Lazel mentioned the material plane. That's something we needed to get to. It sounds like just a general term for Earth to me. We need to explore the area to find a healer. Material as in matter, a plane of matter. Sounds like just terra firma, firm ground, stable ground. What is that? What did we get there? We picked up a clamshell.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
So let's have a look at the environment if we can. We've got this tentacle that's still breathing in some way. The ship, I'd love to have just a look back. Just like a bird's eye view to just take a look at the world at large. I don't know if that's a thing. The camera's fairly annoying. But yes, this matter, this Nautiloid, this organic ship of some description has landed on working theory, the material plane. And through its wreckage we've got to find our friends and make a plan, because all of these guys are infected with this parasite.
How much farther can I go?
Sam Harrison says, you made it to the beginning, Wolf. Welcome to Baldurs Gate 3. So we're 2 hours in, ladies and gentlemen. We have made our character, and what a character he is. Check him out. Wolf. Beautiful, roguish, Lothario. I just think plenty of beings are going to swoon at our presence. A man of few words, but many skills. A mangled fisher. And yes, we've got through that opening salvo, introducing us, introducing the world that the Nautilus destroyed, introducing the mind flayers of this antagonist that worked with us in the end against that enormous boss guy. So we could wake her or reach for the artifact. Well, we were quite curious about the artifact back there, so I think reaching for it might be a good shout. Little look around. Check is watching. She's unconscious. Oh, hi Shadowheart. Hiya, just seeing if you're okay.
What are you doing?
Checking if you're alive. So we've got a choice here, and I love this about role-playing games, and I rarely play them of any note, but we can decide who we want to be and who we get trust in. So maybe she knows full well, because we're interested in that artifact. So maybe just being honest. Maybe we should just be blunt and not be tricksy. I think we should roleplay being blunt, straightforward, not entirely trustworthy, self-serving most of the time, but we will team up when it suits us.
Well, that's honest of you. Don't do it again. I'll give you a pass this time, considering I owe you my life. And speaking of, how are we alive?
Doesn't matter we made it. Let's be curious. We're curious. We're blunt. Let's try that for now.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
So we're speaking to Shadowheart. Let's ask about Lae'zel.
You might want to reconsider calling her a friend. Looks like she ran off without us.
Yeah, location would be good. Are we travelling between universes, worlds, or just within the same world? It's teleportation. It'd be nice to know.
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from. First things first, we need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
We? You want to stay together?
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
All right, let's get moving then.
One thing, just before we go.
Journal, Daughter of Darkness.
I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Well, that is good to know. And maybe if we ran past her pod, she would have been freed anyway, but we wouldn't have gained her favour. Now, Lae'zel was quite keen on leaving her, but we didn't, so that's going to stand in our favour. Good to know. Ginger Snaps. Hi, Wolf. You're on at a manageable hour for me instead of 4 a.m. Well, good morning to you, Ginger Snaps. Where are you from? Glad that you could make it to the stream. We are trying to find Lae'zel.
Something the matter?
Is there anything more to talk to? What's the story with that odd little artifact you have? We're very curious about
There's
that.
no story. None that you're entitled to hear, anyway. Just forget you ever saw it.
We saved her life. We've gained her trust. Still, she won't tell us. So the mystery is thick, and I want to know more. What do you think of all that's happened so far?
We haven't gone all that far yet. What are you referring to exactly?
You must have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. We've no solid leads right now, though. We'd best get hunting. If you discover anything that might help us, I'm all ears.
What will you do if you actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Okay. No reason for us not to stay together if we get on well.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. If we do survive, we'll have separate lives to return to. I need to get to Baldurs Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Well, let's look at this Journal of the Daughter of Darkness. Now, Baldurs Gate, obviously the name of the game. I don't know what that is. I'm just assuming it's a city, and I'm also on the working assumption that that's the city that the Gaiths, the Mind Flayers, attacked at the beginning. Someone waiting in Baldurs Gate. Let's be nosy.
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Turns where the matters. Sounds like she's a bit snarky, so we don't want to push our envelope. No, let's leave. Let's leave it there. for now. Let's wander around. Picking up clamshells wherever they lay. I'm sure there's a weight to everything, and I'm sure there's a capacity to everything. I'm remembering something that Warren told us that we had increased inventory capacity, so that's always good. Highlight nearby items, making it easier to find loot. R3. A loot! Not only are we're finding loot in the shape of loots. Well, we're not a bard, so we can't make a nice song. Here we go. Here's a backpack. There's a pouch. An old floppy hat. Let's look at the inventory. An old floppy hat. Can we look at it? Actions. Equip. Place in world. Examine. Whacked around more often than a clown in a tragedy. It looks kind of like Australian, doesn't it? An Australian hat or a Native American hat. No, I want to take it. Let's see if it offers us anything by
Still alive, so that's progress.
by wearing it. We don't have a hat on. Oh, I think it's worth wearing for now, isn't it? It's not ridiculous. The old floppy hat. Not ridiculous at all. Doesn't seem to offer us any disadvantages. What's this? We can wear this simple robe, but we've got medium armor on at the moment. Disadvantaged on stealth checks, but level 14. What can we do with the loot? Not proficient with musical instrument. Yeah, we're not a bard. Okay, so these are things we can sell. More healing. Murgrass. Recipe unlocked. Suspension of Murgrass. Open the alchemy menu. Potions of healing, which we can create. Salts of Rogue's Morsel. Any suspension will produce that. Elixir of Fire. We've got Dragon Egg Mushroom. Grenades. We need Fire Amber. Shapes swirl and glow behind the glass. Liquid embers folding into and around each other. And this Oil of Accuracy. This slick oil helps your weapon slip through the tiniest of cracks in an enemy's defense. So dagger root and salt. Okay, we're going to get involved with that. Now, Murgrass is a suspension. Touching a little of the substance to your lips, you begin to hear muffled pulses of sound, daubs of thoughts belonging to those nearby. Oh, madness. Create extracts by combining 3 of the same ingredient. Different extracts can be combined to make powerful concoctions. So, Murgrass, 3 of those, and we can start Murgrassing. Shanties for the Bitch Queen. I'd like to know about shanties of the Bitch Queen. A great deal. Like fish. Right, where's this fish? Nowhere to be seen. I don't know where we've put that fish. Is it something that just gives us energy? Gives us health? Tough to know. Can't see any fish anyway. Right, I want to read. If this is a book, I'd like to read about the water red apple.
Let's get going.
Yeah, I don't know where the apples go. They're nowhere to be seen. Where do they end up? I think it's just health, general health. Sam Harrison remembers Baldur's Gate 2 alchemy. Get pretty insane. So all food, Julia, all food goes in a backpack in your inventory.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Here we go. So open. I've eaten that. No, I've brought it out. So let's actions. So we can place it in the world. Add center camp. Examine. Fresh from the river. Fresh from the river Kiantar, and nearly odorless. Resistances. So we can consume it. Oh no, that's the actual fish. Is resistances. Supply pack. Actions. Can't use it right now. Select, place in world. Let's put it back in the backpack. Add to wares? No. Remove from wares. Give it to Shadowheart. Doesn't matter too much at the moment. Right, shanties for the bitch queen. Where the hell is that? Read. Oh, yes, please. Shanties for the bitch queen. And we all row with a spray upon our necks, and we all row with a spray upon our backs, and we all row with the sea beneath our feet, and the bitch queen stays to the storm. Wave mother, lash us to the prow. Wave mother, we ask to sail your skirts if you allow. Wave mother, wave mother. Well, we've got shanties. Sink us if you will, wave mother, our skulls are yours with brine and sand to fill. Souls away and anchors still, the wind won't move without the bitch queen's will. We'll wait gladly years and days till the bitch queen brings the waves. Hey ho, she told us so, hey ho, she told us so. That sounds like an awesome shanty. So, these guys were singing that with abandon on this boat, and I imagine the Nautiloid put pay to their joy. There's some more myrgrass over here, so we might be able to make the suspension after all. A perfumed letter. Sigh, I love you. There, I said it. And if you meet me tomorrow, I'll say it again, and keep on saying it till we're old and grey. So let's do it. Let's go to Baldur's Gate. I know it's risky, but so staying here. The last few months have been hard, but they're always a little easier when you're there. Leave your boat and meet me at the hill overlooking the old bridge. Bring whatever you can carry, we'll make do with the rest. Don't be late. Love, Anna. So this is Sai. Meeting at the hill over the old bridge, and it all went wrong for Sai. I hope Anna's going to be okay with the general grief. Right, 2 Murgar grass, remembering 1 more will allow us to make a suspension. What have we got here? This is a dead fisher. This dead fisher could be Anna. Mysterious liquid is dried to the bottom of this bottle. It's got a strange writing on it as well. Right, let's take it. It might have a value. We'll take the fish. That also might have a value. Could be Anna, couldn't it? It could well be Anna. So it's like, so you can highlight certain things and that'll be there. So it's usually bodies and things like that and backpacks, but these don't get highlighted. You've kind of got to look at these yourself. Thieves' tools. Thieves' tools enable you to open locks based on a sleight of hand check. Nice. Very nice. The tools break on an unsuccessful attempt. This collection of hooks, picks and wrenches is extensive enough to pick any lock if you've got the necessary skills. That's good. We'll take that. How do you rate our floppy hat, by the way? Do you think it's not needed? I don't mind it. It's okay for now. Right, we've got a waypoint discovered. Let's look at this map. You've discovered a waypoint. You'll be able to teleport to this location by selecting it in your map. So that's the overgrown ruins. We've got the ancient door. We've got the edges of the Nautiloid splaying out onto this land that we found ourselves in. Okay, well, let's try the ancient door first, shall we? Another bottle. Some gold, a fish, a mangled fisher. Okay, that's a portal to travel somewhere. Right, so let's look.
I am ready.
Dexterity 13. I'm just imagining dexterity is good for picking locks.
I've got a long road ahead.
We've both got dexterity 13. We're both fighters. We're both very similar. Probably doesn't help us to be similar in a combat situation.
Can't get that open easily. Maybe there's another entrance.
Okay. You can use thieves' tools to pick a lock, or you can find its key. Be warned, your thieves' tools will break on a failed attempt. Well, we've got it. We may as well use it. There's a door. We've been given some lockpicks. We haven't got any skills to speak of in that regard, but we'll give it a go.
Don't give me trouble now.
Oh. So we need to get 18. Because we've got the thieves' tools, we've got the dexterity. Can we add any bonuses? Guidance? Total bonus 2 to 5. Add bonus. Alright, let's give it a go. So that's clever. We've got Shadowheart's guidance next to us. I could just imagine she's going, no, left a bit, right a bit, as we're doing the action. So possibly we only need 15, but it's tough to say. I imagine it's got its own separate roll. 1 die 4. Let's see. Let's give it a go. It's a Hail Mary, isn't it, really? You've not been very lucky with dice? No. Absolutely not. Not a complete failure, but we've used up our lock pick quite horrifically. I'm trying to look around, see if there's anywhere we can climb. I mean, can we climb? Let's look up here. Looks like we can climb to a path over here. That's interesting. Right, let's find a way of doing that then. We can go up there, of course we can. I want to snake round here and just see what there is. More mangled fishes, just absolutely in the wrong place at the wrong time. We've got tongs. These tongs are fire scorched and pitted with rust. What's the caliber of this lengthy, strong, hand-braided rope? I'll take one. Done all that bit. Gold. Nothing for the abducted commoner.
More of those wretched things.
Right, is there like a stealth mode we can go into? Rush attack, piercing shots. Jump, shove, dip. Because I've heard there's a stealth aspect, but how we get into that aspect, I don't know. Lacerate. Right, there's an intellect devourer. I saw one of those brains somewhere. So Julia, thank you. Julia, you're my favourite right now. Hold down the D-pad to stealth the party.
Alright, time to skulk about.
Oh, I love that little whisper. Okay, time to skulk about. Shadows aid a stealthy approach. The icon next to your character name indicates your shadow cover. The items next to my character. So at the moment we're lightly obscured. Let's try and get up behind this flare of mines. It looks like the red is their viewpoint. Main hand attack. We've got an advantage. Commence battle. They're coming at us. Okay, well that dude did not die.
Vicious filth. Best keep some distance, or this will be a short fight.
Best keep some distance, or this will be a short fight. Oh wow. Can we get up here? Can we jump up here? Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try... I'm just trying to get some elevation up here. So let's try this dash back over to here.
Got to move.
Leaving an enemy's melee range allows them to attack you as a reaction. Avoid this by taking the disengage action first. Disengage action. I don't know what that is. I haven't got a clue what this is. I think I've just wasted my turn. Shield of Faith. Let's try this. And this guy. And end turn. Now we can still move. We can still move. Lily, how you doing? Classic human fighter, laugh out loud. Well, Wolf is... he is a classic guy. Right, not enough resources. How are we faring? Not great. I think I'm going to do one of my actions is to heal. Potions of healing. Okay. And then, to maybe get some range up here.
Can't slow down.
Oh, he got us. He got us on the way through. Oh dear. How to disengage, I do not know. Disengaged. Oh my goodness. Well, Wolf is dead. Wolf is good and dead. Right, downed. Your turn. Downed. If your member of your adventuring party reaches 0 hit points, they are downed. This is a state between life and death where they roll each turn to survive. On 3 successful rolls, they become stable. On 3 failures, they die. Okay. I'd like to jump up there. But I think... So, Lily says the disengage action allows you to run away from enemies without incurring an attack of opportunity, which enemies and you get when leaving a threatened area. So I'm just wondering how you disengage. Resistance. Make a target more resistant. Concussive smash. Inflict wounds. There we are. Disengage. Excellent.
On the move.
Excellent. Right, I think I might try and do some jumping. If that is even a thing. No, we can't jump. Oh, he's a shifty one and a thrifty one. I think we're going to get absolutely hounded here, and this is something we'll have to do again. My character death. A member of your adventuring party has died. Use a scroll of Revivify to bring them back to life. Open scroll of revive a companion, then return to life with 1 hit point. Well, hopefully we can do it from over here. Choose the target. Target is too far. Of course it is. Of course it is. Okay. Let us then disengage. And then move. Where? Back down? Oh goodness. I'm just making all sorts of terrible decisions already. All sorts of terrible decisions already. Okay, taking the shield. A healthy miss there from these little brains. Okay. Provokes attack of opportunity. I don't think we're going to get out of this alive. Is running away a thing? Let's disengage once more. And then head over to here. And then see if we can't use this because it's we can't. Right, we just have to use this. That's it, it's done. Done. Load game. Let's try that again. The Ravaged Beast. I think I need to remind ourselves to save just before each activity because I don't know how far this is going to take us back. It'd be nice to see if there's another way around these guys as well. So Lily, I take it that you're well versed in Baldurs Gate. So your assistance, along with Julia, who's turned up for the stream with lots of tips, will be gratefully received. Right, we're back all the way back here. So yes. Does that mean we get another chance at the door? So Lily's well versed in D&D in general, and tips for the attack is focus more on doing damage and not running away. Disengage most of the time is useless because they can just run to you and attack. So only in desperate circumstances disengage for some reason. Okay. I'm not going to reach for the artifact this time. I'm going to try something different.
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
I was hoping you might know that.
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing. First
Now
things
what?
first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Okay, well, we've learnt about the monsters in the last instance, so let's... You want us to
We
stay
need each
together?
other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
Alright, let's get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
Beautiful to see you. Beautiful to find you again, Shadowheart, and thank you for your kind words. Of course, we would have saved you. Let's get the usual things. We don't need to read everything. I think we can just quickly collect what we missed out on, and let's do some more tactical saves to stop this happening again.
Fresh water. There must be a settlement somewhere nearby.
Havox, welcome. Julia says thanks. Glad to be of assistance. Love this game. Well, I'm glad to have Lily and Julia here, who have got the chops to help me through this. There is the tools. It'd be interesting to have another go at that lock. It would be interesting. Oh. So also be super careful you don't break TOS. I should know that being a YouTuber. I'm guessing that's something to do with being demonetized. There's a lot of nudity in the game. Well, I don't mind nudity.
We'll get that open easily.
And
Maybe
if
there's
YouTube
another
does.
entrance.
But did we pick that up? Did we pick up the... I'm sure we picked up the lockpick, and it doesn't seem to want to let us do the lock now. Do we only get one go at it? Right. Use. Context menu. Ah, here we go.
Cool, will do the trick.
Terms of service. Thank you, Lily. TOS terms of service. I'm adding the guidance again. We need possibly just 15, but let's check. $90. There we go. We open the door. We open the door. We don't need to deal with those beasts. Use the sieve, and we can open it. Isn't that marvelous? We are in some kind of dank crypt. It says dank crypt.
This
Okay.
place wasn't built for the living.
Right, we're making rolls as we go along for
Avoid that
perception.
trap.
Oh, there's a trap.
Trap. Be cautious.
I don't quite know how close or not close to get to these things. I mean, if we open that, is that trap going to go off? It's worth an experiment, isn't it? Let's do a save. New save. Dank crypt. A skull. Let's examine this skull. The top of the skull is cracked with a lattice of shallow fractures. Poor being. And we've got a battle axe. Let's examine that. 3 to 12. So that's similar to the damage of our longsword.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
We seem to be quite good at perception. We're succeeding in doing all of this. So we found these traps. Let's avoid those.
Trap. Be cautious.
So that is a trap. Oh, we're failing perceptions left, right, and centre here.
Be wary. This place is trapped.
Trap.
Trap, 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 trap. Sapphire necklaces are popular among Baldurs Gate patriarchs as mourning garb. Mourning, not as in good morning, as in bad morning. The heavy teardrop-shaped stones represent the weight of loss. Ringmail armor. Armor class, disadvantage on stealth checks. No AC bonus from dexterity. Heavy armor. Okay, that might be worth... No, what's this bone? This bone is part of a leg or perhaps an arm and it's clean of blood and sinew. Right, let us look here at what we can do.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
With this armor that we've just picked up. Disadvantage on stealth checks. AC bonus from dexterity limited to 2. So, am I able to wear heavy armor? Proficiencies. Armors. So I'm proficient in heavy armor, but it does have a disadvantage. But it's the same armor class, so... I'm just wondering what protection it offers. If it's the same armor class, is it the same protection? It looks like to me that the medium armor is still rocking. It's rocking the same armor class, but it doesn't seem to be as limited. So we may leave that for now. What about Shadowheart? What's she wearing at the moment? Where's it gone? Oh, that was it. It's here. Oh! How have I got rid of everything? Let's have this back, shall we? Down to me undies, I was. I was right down to me undies.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
Okay. So this looks to be better because it's slightly better class. Okay. Rocking something different here. Ryan Alex, welcome to the stream. For future reference, there is a quick save option at the pause menu, as well as a quick load option. Quick save option, there we go. Excellent. Quick save is triangle on the pause menu. El Kiki, yeah, dropping dimes from these tips. Shadowheart can't wear heavy armor. Okay. Why can't she wear heavy armor?
Can't afford to stay idle.
What is she rocking at the moment? She is rocking Shadowheart's clothes. Equipped by Shadowheart, equipped by Wolf. No AC bonus for not proficient with heavy armor. I get you. What was she wearing before? Can we wear some of any of this? Shadow Heart's clothes equipped by Shadow Heart. Alright, let's put this back on. Medium armor. So heavy armor, she can't rock it. I see. Not proficient with heavy armor. Havocs, thank you for dropping in. I'll see you again. Thank you. So she can wear the armor, but it has a whole lot of awful things attached. Okay, so there's disadvantages. Right,
Still
let's
breathing,
have Wolf back.
despite everything.
Right, button. Now, if there's a button, I generally want to press it. What did that do? I didn't see what that did. Let's look at the plaque.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
The text on the plaque is a mystery to you.
Okay, can't decipher that. Right, careful, Shadow Heart. There are traps aplenty. We've all seen them. Oh, no trap. Let's look at this heavy chest. For some reason, when you change armor, it goes to the main character's inventory sometimes. So while wearing armor, you do not have proficiency and you'll gain disadvantage on all ability checks with strength and dexterity and cannot cast spells. Healing. I'm always wary when we get given multiple healing items because we're going to be having a fight. Arrow of Ice. Acid Vial. A torch. And a trap disarm toolkit. Right. Right. Context menu. Disarm. Okay, should we add any bonus? Some guidance. ×1. Alright, so we need at least 8. Bollocks.
Trap. Be cautious.
Jeez. Okay. Back here. Good job we saved. Well, I don't think the saving offered as much. There was probably an auto-save as we arrived in the dank crypt. So Lily, it has an effect total. 1, you gain disadvantage on any ability check. You gain disadvantage on any saving throw. You gain disadvantage on attack roll that use strength and dexterity. And you cannot cast spells. Yeah, that was unfortunate, that bit of thing. Let us...
Trap. Be cautious.
Try that again. I think we can try that again. Let's just get some ambience going on in this dank crypt.
Best avoid that trap.
Oh, okay. Let's open these.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Ooh. A soul coin. These coins can power infernal engines. Strange, incomprehensible whispers emanate from this coin, pervading your mind with rage and despair.
A strange coin. I wonder what it's worth.
Well, let's not look at that too much. Rage and despair is not something we want as a constant. It might help us sometime. A rapier. Proficiency with this weapon type unlocks various skills. A slender but deadly sword favoured by Waterhavian nobility. A studded shield. This side of the shield has a slightly lighter colour, so it's +2 armour class. Well, let's go and equip this in a minute, I think.
Can't give up now.
Let us go and equip this. Equip this. Where is that shield? There we go. Okay, so that's +2 to armour. That's going to be useful. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we could be putting on ourselves that's better than what we have. We've got this mace equipped.
My faith protects me.
So that's 2 to 7. This is also 2 to 7. Is there anything else that she can be wearing? Wearing? Equipping. Not proficient with martial weapons or rapiers. No. Doesn't. What about this axe? No. Similar to the mace. All right, we'll leave that for now.
Trap.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Okay. Don't want to disarm. We've picked that up. Let's have a look around here.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
Oh. I don't see anything you can equip that's better just yet. The good stuff has a green or blue box, then it's enchanted and will have bonuses. Julia, keep those coming. Right, let's do our quick save. Boom. Let's try this again. Disarm. I think that was an incredibly unlucky roll. Incredibly. Right, I've got the guidance of Shadowheart here. Roll this dice. More than a... 1, 2. More than a 5. A 5 or more. Let's go. Go, go, go. Come on. Done. Done, done, done. What's this? Open.
Something the matter?
No, we don't need to speak to you right now. No. Let's open. We have the Watcher's Guide. What in Lordy's name is this? The Watcher's Guide. Damage 5 to 12. Death's Promise. When the spear misses its target, the wielder's next attack roll against that target gains True Strike. It unlocks some kind of new proficiency. Time has dampened the spear's sheen, but the center glows a faint blue. The magic it exudes feels old, terrible, and divine. The spear was given to its previous owner for his unerring loyalty, even after death. Right, it's green. It looks sexy to me. It's uncommon. It's not rare, it's uncommon. And an engraved key. Give it a little save. Lily says, I haven't played vanilla since my first few playthroughs, so don't ask me for any advice on items. Vanilla, does that mean a human, non-wizardy type gentleman? Or lady, or is that something else? Or is it playing with mods on PC? we've come back out. We don't want to do that. We want to try it over here. Right, perception failed. Let's light these, see if we... We can sit down. Right, heavy oak doors. Oh, we've got the key. Gilded chest. There's a torch. There's a body. Nothing within that. On death, resurrection. Oh, we've got some lore. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Iosipher Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Denia. Church of Denia. Let me write that down. Church of Denia. For her heretical efforts to reconstruct the metatext, her gods annul of lost and hidden knowledge. Of what value is life? Far too esoteric a topic to warrant any serious critical consideration between these pages, surely, or so it would seem at first glance. But once we push aside the mysticism and dewy-eyed sentiment so often clouding our assessments, it is clear that across all the spinning planes, each and every life does indeed have a quantifiable value. It is simply that not all are equally valuable. Consider, we already know that the destruction of our material form is not the end. If anything, our souls are more free after death, transcending planar barriers in search of a resting place that best benefits our deeds, beliefs, and station in life. But even this assessment is subject to market forces. Lord Kelmavor, weighing our souls against how thoroughly we have given them over to other gods, empowering them in turn. There is, of course, an alternate route. Not the end of the path, but the chance to retread it. Wow. Going back in time, or reincarnation? What are we talking about here? Clerics across the realms wield the power to return life to any soul deemed worthy or willing enough. Bring people back to life. It is strange, then, that these so frequently intersect with those deemed wealthy enough, for the components for such a spell are beyond the means of most mortals. I have interviewed those who have made such a return, and in truth have found them to be of the most dull and unimaginative sort that I cannot possibly imagine what it is they were so eager to return to. If a true assessment of the journey is to be made, then there is simply no replacement for embarking upon it in oneself. Perhaps one day this great volume of learning will make me worthy enough to walk that path, and wealthy enough to return. Bringing people back to life. Clerics bringing people back to life. Like it. Plate. Glass chalice. Looks to be just valuables. We seem to have picked up a jar. We're going to run out of space quite quickly, I think. We came through that door, didn't we? No, that door. We've got two other doors to try and get through. Lily says, I need to go to bed before I have to go to work. Good night, Wolf. Good night to you, Lily. Good to see you. I hope you're well. Okay, two doors. A big Uber door. And this door.
Where's the bloody lock?
Who's this? Was that us or someone else? I think, was that Shadowheart speaking then? Let's try and put some light in this situation, if it's all possible. Locked.
No lock, no handle. How does it open?
Not by our hands of any means, and we don't have a lockpick either.
Not even sure this is a door.
Light all the candles. Check all the walls.
Something the matter?
No, we won't chat about staff at the moment. We are in this damp crypt. So I don't know where Lae'zel is. I fear we may need to go and find her at some stage. Now, what is going on here?
Armed scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
Right. Still in this dank crypt. I'm nervous about it. If we had Lae'zel, then we'd have more to our party and more to fight. I'm just nervous about coming across any more people or beings. A slim-fitting silver band decorated with a mint green gemstone.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Not a huge amount of space left in our inventory. Weight-wise, we're okay, but slot-wise, we are not. So we might have to make some decisions, and it'll probably be the weapons. So next, Julia, next thing is to search around outside for more allies from the crash. Okay. I'm going to take your tip here, Julia. Let's go and search for Lae'zel. We've opened it all up. The heavy oak doors are done. Ryan is in agreement to search around the crash site. Well, maybe go and fight those brains. Have a second stab at those brains. See if we can't overcome them. 3 of them, 2 of us. Is it this way? Yes, it is. Any tips like that are gratefully received. Backseat gaming, I don't think they are. They are guiding me and helping me. And I enjoy it.
More of those wretched things.
Okay, well, let's try...
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
Maybe we can get round them without even seeing them. That's interesting, isn't it? That's something I neglected to do. Getting a bit of elevation. We're moving along. Trying to get around them without getting them. I like that. Well, I did like that. Right, they're making a move. They're also quite injured as well, so...
Stay back. One strike could be lethal.
Let's get this guy from range. 85%. Let's try. Now, have we got anything else we can do here? Pommel strike? Can't reach the destination. Second wind, we can heal. We don't need to heal. Jump, push, shove, dip. Dip a weapon into a surface to alter the surface or enhance the weapon. We don't need that. Potion of speed. No,
Talk
okay.
to me.
Let us Go again. And ranged attack. Not quite dead. That's disappointing. Have we got anything else? Let's put this shield on us. I might put it onto Wolf. Ending turn. Right, that guy down there seems to be locked out a bit, so we've got a bit of time, which is good. Miss! Did not expect to miss there. Okay, we're okay for now, I think. End turn. Let's try Shadow Heart. Got you. Now, secondary. Shield of Faith on our good selves. And then let's just wait it out. Maybe. Quick saving. Maybe jumping down here. Is that possible? No. Let's hang here. Right, let's go for this and then do the pommel attack afterwards. Or maybe this guy, because he's slightly more injured than his friend. And then the pommel strike to finish him off. That's good. This is a different fight here. I don't know why it's a different fight.
Need to act fast.
I think because we split them up a little bit. What secondary goodness have we got? Jump. Maybe jump down there? Oh dear, I know. We did not disengage. That was silly. Okay. Not enough actions. Okay, end turn. Now for the miss. Right. Okay, let's go for it. Main hand attack, 5 to 12. Nearly gone. Finish him off with a pommel, which we can't do. Must take a short rest to use that. Draw on your stamina to heal yourself. No. Shove? Let's try shoving. Excellent. Excellent shove, sir.
Can't afford to let up.
Right, what I might do is try and heal myself. Applies resistance, guidance, sacred flame, firebolt. I might just finish this guy off with a firebolt. 90% high ground advantage. Let's see how this goes.
You fight well. Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
End the day. Your replenishable resources are dwindling. Take a long rest to restore hit points and other resources. Open game menu, long rest, short rest. Let's do that then. Let's go and have a rest. And then continue. You have enough camp supplies to restore all hit points and spell slots if you long rest. At your camp, you can take a long rest and fully heal your party. You can also manage party members Advance relationships with your companions, store items, and eventually change your character and recruit more followers. Yeah, so relationships. Is there an awful lot of sex in this game? The nudity was mentioned, so if we do get any trouble along the way, I can just cut it out of the VODs with the editing tools in a clever way. But it looks like we've travelled to this... Where are we? We're at a campsite in an unknown area. When you're ready, you use the bedrolls near the fires at the end of the day and take a long rest. Wow, okay, bedrolls. Just having a look round. What have we got here? A bureau of some kind. Nothing in there. Gold. A scroll ray of sickness. Possibly poisons the target. 2 turns. So it's some kind of scroll that you can use. It's an action. Alright, we'll take that. I meant to look inside it. So any tips about camps? Would be very grateful. It looks like we're in this sort of separate world. The camp takes you to a kind of a map of its own. Mugwort. Ooh. We can chat to Shadowheart, of course we can. So I'd like to pick up the mugwort. Recipe unlocked. Salts of mugwort. Open the alchemy menu to see what that is. Is it an extract? Mugwort. The roots of the common mugwort weed can be dried and crushed to create a powder that looks unassuming but is full of potential. Okay. An element that we can use, an ingredient. We'll speak to you in a minute, Shadowheart. So, this is our personal chest. So we can put things in this. What can we put in it? Various things. Anything we're doubling up on. A simple robe. It's good to keep it in here because then we can sell it somehow. There's certain things we just don't need. Torch might come in useful. The soul coin. Got this rapier. Let's keep one of each weapon. So Julia says, you need food for it to fully restore your spell slots and health. Talk to the companions often because they comment on most story progression. Right, let's put the things in we just are surely not going to need. I don't know, that looks to be just something we can sell. Just looks like junk that has some kind of value. And I'm just getting rid of the things that I just don't think we could possibly need. Anything of use? Oh, we've got this arrow of ice. We also got that weapon, didn't we, that we haven't equipped. Let's equip it now. Oh, we can level up.
I should have wished to live in more interesting times.
We can level up. Right. Is this useful to us? So 5 to 12. But Death's Promise, we get an attack roll against target gains true strike. Let's give it a go. Right, let's speak to Shadowheart.
You strike me as the reliable sort. But are you sure this is a good idea?
What is a good idea?
There are lit fuses in our heads. Sooner or later, they're going to blow. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light.
So we need a healer for our parasites. Yeah, I don't want to rush. Anyway, Shadowheart. Yes, they're a lit fuse. Yes, we don't know what's going to happen, but we need to take things slow and steady.
That sort of danger I'm fine with. I can fight it. Rest well. We'll need our strength.
She's very stern. Very stern indeed. Looks like she's very agitated generally. I think I might sleep away from her tonight. We probably need our space, don't we? Let's have a little look over here, mind. Exploring this camp in its old ruins. What in Lord's name is this? The magic mirror. Wolf started a conversation with the magic mirror. Ah, this is where we can change certain things. I'm absolutely overjoyed with how Wolf looks right now. From his dreads, to his scars, to his interesting stubble, to the tint of his hair. I couldn't be more happy with him. Could not be more happy with him. But that's interesting that you can change it all. Right, off to bed with us then. Now, let's look at the levelling up.
What now?
I'm guessing that's all important. Fighter level 2, you acquire the following. Health increase from 12 to 20. That's quite the bloody jump though, isn't it? 80%. You acquire the following. An action serve. Immediately gain an extra action to use this turn for one turn. Now that sounds like something you should use quite often. Certainly, I'll accept that. So what happened then? Our health increased, yes. But did our... We've got a star by our strength. So is it hit points? No, I don't think so. Alright, well we're level 2, our health has increased from 12 to 20, and we've got the action surge, so that's delightful. So Julia, fighters can get an extra action once a short rest. Now the cleric level 2 is increased to 17. Level 1 spell slut? How rude. Slot unlocked. Channel divinity charges 1. No idea what that is. Does it say? Hide summary. Tooltips on. Turn undead. Jesus. Invoke duplicity. So we've got 2 actions of turn undead and invoke duplicity. So channel divinity. You gain the ability to channel divine energy, starting with 2 effects, turn undead and an effect determined by your domain, replenished by short and long rests. Pray to turn all undead that can see you. Distract your enemies with an illusion. Within 3 meters of the illusion, attack rolls have advantage for you and your allies. Both the attacker and the creature must be within 3 meters of the illusion. 10 turns. Okay. Now, what is adding...
A little mystery, don't you think?
First bit of sass from Shadowheart. She's been very straightforward and blunt before this. You don't want to talk about yourself?
I should hope not. Have you ever heard the people who want to talk about themselves? I'm doing you a favor.
Maybe I'd like to get to know you better. I mean, if you're going to look like this, you're going to have to be a little bit flirty. If you've got the tools, you've got to use them.
Sweet of you, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll get to know me just fine by traveling together. No need for interrogations just yet.
If that's what you prefer, I can respect that. No, I think we need to push it a little bit farther. She's been very cagey. Considering we saved her life, I think we deserve a little bit more into who we're travelling with.
Say for a moment that I was. Do you think your blunt approach would get me to confess?
I suppose not. We can let the matter rest. I think I am going to let the matter rest. I think she is an iron wall, and maybe we need to be a bit more patient with her.
Good. I like you, and you did save my life. I wouldn't want to sour things between us. Not while we need each other.
Right, we talked about the artifacts. We can talk about it again later, but we don't need to. We should journey separately. So let's talk about what's happened so far. Not that a lot has in the 3¼ hours we've been playing this.
We haven't gone all that far yet. What are you referring to exactly?
You must have thoughts about the stowaways. What we do if we actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Right, where would you go? That's interesting.
Home. Baldurs Gate.
Baldur's
There's someone
Gate.
waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Family, a friend, a lover. We've been through this before the save, before we died, so I think we have to do it again to enact this. But let's look at that Daughter of Darkness journal. Family, friend, lover. I think we still will pry a bit.
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Right, turn to other matters. Let's leave. Let's check here. Continue travelling with Shadowheart. We learn that Shadowheart needs to reach Baldur's Gate to fulfill a mission for her goddess, though the details of that mission are a mystery. We recruited a half-elf named Shadowheart. She was also aboard the Nautiloid and infected with the parasite. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Radial menu, leave camp. Okay. We killed those dudes quite beautifully. Yeah, we don't need to jump down there and hurt ourselves, do we? We can go down here quite easily. Yeah, the camera's slightly weird, I think. Oh dear. Oh dear. Environmental things going on. We need to remedy that at some stage. Right, there is something on the ground here. What is that? That's a Nautiloid tank. The dark, oily liquid inside this tank pulsates slowly, keeping time with your own breath. I'm wondering if that is... Have I got anything fiery? Is that stuff there flammable?
A long way to go still.
Have you got anything flammable? Sacred flame. Oh. No target. I was trying to set it on lights. Anything else fiery that you have, my dear? Fire bolt. No. That didn't work. Right, I think... Did we come that way? No, we came from that way. I'm just going to have a little look up here. This guy, what is this? Abducted nobleman, no doubt. No less. A finely crafted silver locket engraved with the words for Papa. So that's what... I'm guessing that the gold symbol is 20, as that's the value of it. Another dagger, some gold, a rapier, and a blue cap. Just 2 camp supplies. Okay, so something for alchemy maybe? Let's take those all.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I'm just wondering, so second wind, let's heal. Beautiful. Let's look up here. Intellect devourer cerebellum. An alchemical ingredient. Combine 3 of these. Okay, we'll take that. That guy hasn't got any cerebellums in him. Right, we can head round here. I wonder if this is in a round. I'm just going to head back down here to see this section near the shore. Oh, there's something up there, mind. A chest. Can we jump? Can we jump? Nice! Simple toxin. Coat your active weapon with this toxin. And we've got a void bulb, some skulls. Excellent. Right. Jump back down. Going to look down here. I don't think this is somewhere we've been yet. Intellect devourer, nothing on him. Hoping for another one of those cerebellums. 3 apparently, as part of an ingredient. Can pick up these clams though. Imagine they are food. Yeah, I still don't understand the food yet at all. We keep it in a bag. We have 3 mergrass. Do we use that at the camp? Let's look to see if we can make an extract. Suspension with this. No, we've only got 2 mergrass. I thought we had 3. Heading on up, heading on round, heading on through. Some balsam. Ashes of balsam. Open the alchemy menu. It's not salt, it's an ash. An ash. So we burn it and then the ash becomes the ingredient? The partially burned balsam leaves exude a smoky, sweet fragrance. Okay, so we need 3 of those. So we still don't know where we are. We kind of apparated here.
Please?
Oh!
Please come and help me.
A gentleman. Something swirling in purple over there. Are you afflicted with the same parasite?
I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
I think we should take charge here. We have killed some before, and yeah, let's give it a go.
There. Can you see it?
Just a dumb boar. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
Why has he got that out? So the ball, was he distracting us and knew full well it was a ball? Put it away, we don't need to fight. Yeah, let's try and calm him down.
Don't we? I saw you on the ship. Free, scuttling about. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle...
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
It's the Mind Flayer's worm. It's connected to us. So we seem to be having these visions of through other people's eyes. So we're connected with this parasite. We all have them. We're able to kind of feel at one with each other in certain situations, in these flashes. I guess as the parasite becomes more aligned with us as the host, these spells are becoming more frequent. Honestly, I've noticed the Mind Flayer's worm. It's connected to us.
Of course. That explains things somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Accepted. I think we need to kind of stick together. We're tarred with the same parasitic brush, so working together to get cleansed, that's a good thing to do.
A kindred spirit.
Shadowheart enjoyed
My
that.
name's Astarion.
Astarion.
I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
Be nice to know where we were. Were we already on there in the pod, or were we snatched from Baldur's Gate? So that's confirmed. That city was Baldur's Gate. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me. Are we Baldurian? You're a Baldurian too.
Is that so? We clearly move in different circles.
He looks noble, doesn't he?
So, do you know anything about these worms?
They'll turn us into mind flayers. We've experienced that on the Nautiloid. By accident, we turned someone into a mind flayer in the pod.
Turn us into... Of course it'll turn me into a monster. What else did I expect? Although, it hasn't happened yet. If we can find an expert, someone that can control these things, there might still be time.
So that's what we're looking for. Someone who knows what they're doing, how they can get it out of our heads. An expert to cleanse us. Control it. We need to get rid of it.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Well, yes, of course, but first things first. You should travel with me. Our odds are better together. Yes, definitely.
Know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept.
The Pale Elf.
Lead on.
There we go. Interesting Ryan's comment here. Wolf, the backstory behind is for your character and for you to decide and you alone. So from that, when I chose Baldurian, that was my choice to choose that. So that is now my backstory. I'm Wolf from Baldurs Gate. I like that. I'm happy with that. So we've got to be careful what we choose and what lines we go down. So we try to connect with Astarion here, with our simpatico home status, but he obviously knew straight away we were of a different ilk and class to him. So we can level him up. That's obviously very cool. He's got good sneak attack, so that's very cool also. He's a rogue and he's a high elf, and I like him. Opportunity to attack charlatan. You have proficiency in deception and sleight of hand, elven weapon training, dark vision, so we can see up to 12 meters in the dark. I like it. Right, let's level him up. Rogue level 2. Increase from 10 to 17. Cunning action hide, dash, disengage. Super. Just super. Emily Olsen, welcome. I've not seen you before in the chats. Great that you could join us. Elson said, food is used for long rests. A long rest needs 40 camp supplies total. And Julia adds, so my advice for the food is to send it all to the camp chest. You need 40 every long rest, and you can buy it from vendors or find it sitting around or in containers. Wine counts, so take that as well.
Still alive, so that's progress. Looking ahead.
So, what have we got here that we could send back food-wise? This, or is that that's just the shell? So we can send this back to the camp? Send to camp. Multi-select. Oh. That's what we're going to do. Nels, welcome. So I'm sending the food back to the camp. Shadowheart has also got some in there. Looks like they've got plenty of room, but... Supply pack. Blue cap. What's Asterion got in here? Checking his pockets. So he's rocking this padded armour. Some underwear. He's got a dagger from 5 to 8. Wondering if we should.
What now?
Maybe giving a different... Have we got a stronger dagger? 4 to 11. Yeah, let's give him a rapier. A slender but deadly sword favoured by Woodhaven nobility. He seems noble to me. I don't know his backstory. I don't know how we can find that out. I guess we learn from him by talking to him. But let's equip that for him. We haven't got any other shields, which would be nice to give him. He hasn't got... Well, he has got a range weapon. What's that? 4 to 9. 4 to 11. Let's equip this for Asterion. Nell says, give the padded armour a boost. Now, I don't quite know what that means. You are welcome to explain that, Nell. Alexa, yes, a late night wolf stream. We'll be going a little while longer. I'm always wary to use the rest of these dudes. Let's look at this map. So we came out here. We headed up here. So let's continue. We could go back into the Nautiloid, if we so wished.
There, a mind flayer. And it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
Wow. So, mind flayer's alive. I don't know if it's the one that we were fighting with. It's a mind flayer. He's not well at all. He's only down to 3 points. He's a level 5 mind flayer, and he is dying.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. compassion.
Right, could we give in to this emotion? I think we probably could. And I'm going to explore that. I'm going to explore this mind flare and see what his capabilities are.
The poor creature is on the brink of death, but there's still time. You'd give your life to save it, to nurse it back to health. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
Intelligence. We're moderately intelligent, but this guy I think is very intelligent. Concentrate on his thoughts. Let's dial in. So we need a 10. We can add a bonus of this guidance from... there could be a Stereo there, couldn't it? Okay, so we've got a decent chance here. We need at least 8. Damn it. I think our record of failures is quite brutal.
You try to break through, but its mind is impenetrable. With a last surge of defiance, it slaps your efforts away. The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
I think those wet orange pearls are handsome. Right, let's close those. Let's. I think these guys are going to like that we end him, show mercy. I think especially Shadowheart. Mind flare blood.
Monster.
No.
Death is too good for it.
Didn't seem to be bothered. Spiked bulb, what are you? The barbs inside this bulb explode on impact, making all nearby creatures bleed. A sticky sap-like substance trickles down the spikes of this bulb. And no caustic bulbs which we know of. Emily. Emily says, as a rogue Asterian can dual wield, so you could give him an extra dagger.
Never a dull moment.
I like that. I like that a great deal. Let's give him an extra dagger. Equipment options. Now, that's interesting. How do I add it to this slot? Ah, here we go. So I liked... Here we go. Let's get rid of that. And equip. Let's put the rapier back and then go to this melee slot and add... We could add a dagger, of course. Could we add another short sword? No. No. See, on the offhand, it seems maybe we can only... add a dagger. No. How do we add this then? Melee offhand. Add the rapier there. Melee offhand. I don't know how to add this. Party view. Actions. Yeah, I'm not able to add that offhand for some reason. So Julia says your dual wielding is turned off in the equipment options. Well, how do you bloody well turn it on? I'd like to turn it on, please. So you can dual wield only light weapons. Short swords should use as well. So I'm only right. That's something I'll look at. How to do dual wielding weapons. I'll look at that afterwards. We'll give him just one for now. Dual wielding attacks. Writing notes. Got a list of notes here. I'm going to absolutely pore over these and maybe watch back what we've played. I'm really loving this. You know, I'm having such a good time. Such a good time. The scope of it is incredible. We've only just tickled the starting line, the starting blocks. We've only just tickled it, and I'm just delighted with the scope. So go to the actions and select Equip Asterion. Go to the actions.
Trust no one.
Actions. I shall look into this.
How delicious.
I shall look into this. There's something not going right there. No, it's completely locked off.
No one's stopped me yet.
Okay, we arrived into here. We can have I'm just going to have a look at what is that. Let's see where we can get up. We can get up here. Stairs here. What in the Lord's name is that? Well, there's dead goblins to be had. I don't know whether they have had a fight with something or other, or they got killed in the crash. Goblin scimitar. And bones, supply packs, and goblin bow. Okay. Just looking at Alex's comment here.
Careful, I might. Keep your distance, darling.
Highlight over the dagger in your inventory. Right, I'll put this scimitar. Where have my scimitars gone? Let me try this first. The rapier. I like the rapier there. Now for the dagger in the inventory. Highlight over the dagger in inventory. I believe it should say inspect. Inspect. Choose tooltips. No. Throw weapon, add to wares, examine, inspect, and then from there. No, I will look into that. Thank you for trying to school me.
I have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
What in the devil is this?
What's going on with that rune? Looks unstable somehow.
So it's a rune. An ancient sigil circle.
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
You approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically. It's malfunctioning. Touch the sigil. Why not?
hand? Anyone?
Gale. Grab the hand and pull. I think just let's do it before we lose the opportunity to. Oh, another roll. We need only 7. So what bonuses can we add? Some guidance. Definitely add that. So we need at least a 5 or 4. Need at least a 4. Good. We've been unlucky in rolls, I think.
That's it! Go on! Keep pulling!
Gale, good to meet you.
Oh. Hello. I'm Gale of Waterdeep. Apologies.
Hello.
Usually better at this.
No need to apologise. You all right?
A bit shocked, but friend, it's a relief and a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Say, but I know you, don't I? In a manner of speaking. You were on the Nautiloid as well.
Now, if I'd known there was a gentleman that looked like this, and I think he's on the thumbnail of the artwork that I used, but we look quite similar to him, don't we? We've got the longer hair, we've got the beard, we're of the same stature. He has got a fantastic purple coat. You're on the Nautiloid as well, so he saw us on the Nautiloid. So how did he get stuck in that stone?
I don't know what transpired exactly, but the ship broke into pieces and I suddenly found myself in freefall. As I was plummeting to certain death, I spied a glimmer quite near where I estimated my body to impact with less than savory propulsion. Recognizing this glimmer to be magical in nature, I reached out to it with a weaving of words and found myself on the other side, as it were. How about you? How did you survive the fall?
To be honest, I haven't a clue. Yeah, I think we'll go for the middle one. A bit of cockiness. I reckon there's a little bit of alpha male going on here. He's fronting this kind of this beta vibe going on, but we are, you know, we're with different skills, but I think there's going to be some butting of egos here. Wolf is a man that takes no messing, and I think he's just going to be up front here. Tell him that we are the bee's knees.
That vast burning wreckage behind you somewhat contradicts your story, but here you stand. Who am I to argue?
He completely turned it on us.
Swashbuckling heroics aside, I have the unfortunate suspicion your survival is still very much in jeopardy.
Oh.
Back on the ship, you too were on the receiving end of a rather unwelcome insertion in the ocular region. Were you not?
He's got too much game for us. Too much game. All right. Well, he's put us in our place. We know where our strengths lie. Yes. So we have this parasite.
The insertee we speak of, this parasite. Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it will turn us into mind flayers? It's a process known as seromorphosis, and let me assure you, it is to be avoided. You don't happen to be a cleric by any chance, do you? A doctor? Surgeon? Uncannily adroit with a knitting needle?
You seem to know enough about our condition to realize it's beyond most clerics' skills.
Most, no doubt, but I find myself hoping to be in the presence of the few. You don't happen to be one of them.
Absolutely not. We don't have any kind of healing properties. Shadowheart's got a few, but we don't have any game in that area. Yeah. Let's talk about being a fighter. I can offer you a swift end, but I can't cure you. Yeah. If we can't win in the gift of the gab with Gale, I think we've got to show him who we are, what our skills, where our skills lie. He can respect us that way.
As we've established, few enough can. It's not exactly a common affliction. We're most certainly going to need a healer, And soon, too. How about we lend each other a helping hand once more and look for a healer together?
I think that sounds like a plan. You're welcome to join us.
Most excellent. A parasite shared is a parasite halved. Or something to that effect. Oh, but before you think you're about to embark on a journey with most ill-mannered a man, thank you for pulling me out of that stone. It was an act of foresighted kindness, I assure you. For I have the feeling ample opportunities will present themselves for me to return the favor.
Well, you are welcome. I like you immediately, even though you're more handsome than us. Slightly more handsome. I think we're a bit more roguish. I mean, it's horses for courses, but he's very good with his... What's this around me now? What is this around me now? Right, let's chat to our party.
You're not versed in magic, are you?
I'm not. Why do you ask?
No matter to worry the unlettered over. If you meet any elder wizards, let me know. There is a matter I'd like to seek advice on from a master.
Right, we have a full party. Let's speak to Asterion, see if there's any more from him.
So, we've picked up a wizard who managed to get stuck in his own portal. Hardly a promising introduction.
Tell me about yourself.
To tell, I'm a magistrate back in the city. It's all rather tedious.
So Asterion's a magistrate. Right, let's just leave. Don't need to send him to the camp. So we've got a full party, a full quota. Let's have a quick word with Shadowheart, see if she's got anything to say.
I've heard you can't get blood from a stone, but apparently you can get a wizard from one. Gale seems interesting.
Okay. Now, Alex says that is guidance. That is the guidance from Shadowheart. What on earth is the guidance? What have I missed? Right, looks like we can travel about. We can fast travel to different areas, that's fine. That leads us into that dank crypt here. This is obviously the Nautiloid. Let us head down further and see what we can see. Let's give it a quick save, shall we? So I know that, yes, I know that's... Oh, we've lost the guidance now. The guidance is gone. Yeah, I'll look at what that is. Julia said it's the 1d4 bonus on your rolls. Okay.
You think it's dangerous?
What the
hell? Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
And let the goblins have it? No. We take it to the grove.
Now, do we talk to these people? Do we... Looks like one's in a trap. Do we... Hiding successful? Do we go and beat him up?
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, and twice as ugly.
There's
Lae'zel. Dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Rather demanding for a woman in your position. Why should I? So we've got deception. Shoot the trap down. We must kill it before it harms someone. Deception? Are we... I don't think we're great at deceiving. Attack the tieflings. We could try deception. If it descends into attack anyway, then... Right, Right, let's do this one
Your
first.
words flow to her, though you never speak them aloud.
I know what grows inside you, and I know of a cure.
Oh, here we go. Lae'zel knows of a cure.
Remember how
Well, this
keen
is...
she was to leave me to die in the Nautiloid? We can't trust her.
I definitely know this is the first woman we met. Lae'zel, I'm all about Lae'zel. Never forget your first. Shoot the trap down. Let's try the deception round. So we need 10. We can add a bonus of the guidance. And, oh, -1 charisma. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, well this is going to be tricky. Excellent. Done it. We've had a good couple of successes, so I'm happy
He's
about
right.
that.
Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
A blast? I could use more specifics.
You didn't hear it. Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
I'm in dire need of healing. Where is this camp? Hopefully it won't descend into a fight, but I'm always willing to do a roll. How good are we at persuading? We had a -1 penalty on the deception. Again, because we're not very charismatic. We only need a 5, so that's good. We've got the guidance on. Let's give it a go. Again, another successful roll, 3 on the trot. I knew our luck would turn.
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
I like them. I didn't want to fight them, so that's good.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Now that they're out of earshot, sure. Okay. How are we going to get her down?
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
As you say.
Let's try. First, let's level up Gale. We've got to shoot down the trap. Health increased to 14. Level 1 spell unlocked. Evocation Savant. Learning evocation spells from scrolls costs half as much. Sculpt spells. Create pockets of safety within your evocation spells. Allies automatically succeed their saving throw against these spells and take no damage from them. New spell. New spell. Evocation. Subclass. Ooh. You are known as an evoker, striding unharmed through the unfettered chaos you call. Learning evocation spells from scrolls. Okay. You twist and harden the weave into arcane wards to protect yourself and others. You walk through the valley of the shadow of death. Take a look at your life and realize there's nothing left. I've been dreaming of nothing so low that even my mama said that my mind is gone. They never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Treated like a man, you know that's unheard of. Carried away I was. Necromancy. Conjuration. Compelled by shape and motion. Your favourite arcane style involves summoning creatures and objects. Enchantment. The magic influences, beguiles and bends the will and conviction of those around you. You peer through time itself and can sculpt the future. Divination, that's interesting. Illusion. You specialise in unravelling and restitching the fabric of reality to fool people. Your innate fascination with the structure of things has granted you an incredible power over crude matter and manipulation. So many to choose from. I like divination, I like the idea of that. Evocation, that's the one it selected. Compelled by shape and motion, your favourite arcane style involves summoning creatures. I like this enchantment thing. Hypnotic gaze. I'm going to go for that one. Okay. Let's choose these 2 spells. Choose the spells you know from the list. Spells require spell slots to cast. So let's select some. If you have any recommendations, please do say. Burning Hands. Charm a Person. Quite like that. I do quite like that spell. I think Shadowheart has got Charm a Person though. Disguise Self. Retreat. Long Strider. Enhanced Leap. Someone that can do a huge leap, that might be useful. Magic Missile. Oh, that looks good. 6 to 15 damage. I'm going to choose that out of the gate. Ray of Sickness. Shield. Shield is always good. So Nell says Charm is always good. Julie says Misty Step to move around in fights. Ryan says Shield and Magic Missile if you want recommendations. So I've chosen the Magic Missile, and I was thinking about the Shield. So Ryan, we're in sync. Let's look at this Misty Step. Misty Step. I don't know where you are, Misty Step. Featherfall. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Love that. Love the name of it. Leave a creature prone with laughter. Okay, I'll go for that and the shield. So Nell says focus on dialogue and combat. Okay, well we've got combat, we've got a bit of defense. Dialogue wise, I was going to choose the Charm Person, but I know Shadowheart's got that. I noticed it. Okay. Thank you guys. That's awesome. Your help is going to be absolutely invaluable. So I'm going to be streaming this again tomorrow, and probably most days. 3-4 hours a day. In the week, it will be kind of like from lunchtime, 12 to 1, 2 o'clock UK time. So if you can join me, I would absolutely love it. If not, if you want to catch the VODs afterwards and enjoy it there, awesome. But if you do catch them afterwards and you've got any tips, just drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear what any tips going forward. And anything that you think, well, kind of things I missed is okay as well, but I might not like that as much because I wouldn't be able to get them back, possibly, or wouldn't be able to relive them. And what I'm beginning to understand about this game is that you miss out things, and that's okay. It will send you down different routes and different avenues, and you might miss story strands, but you might gain others, and I think the power of it is quite exceptional. Okay. Oh, these spells. So these are our prepared spells. We've got Sleep, Thunderweave, Grease, Witch Bolt. We took this Magic Missile and this shield, didn't we? Somewhere else. I'll stick with those for now. So Nell said, you missed kissing the squid. You'll never get it back. No, I just caved his head in, didn't I? Right. Gonna try and see what we can do. Can we cast a spell? Firebolt.
Enough, Dawdley. Get me down.
That might work. Free Lazel.
The
There she
tadpole
is.
hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
I like Lazel. She looks fierce. She looks unforgiving. What exactly is a crash? I think I know what a crash is, but what's...
It is many things. A hatchery,
Does it mean in this?
a training grounds, a shelter.
Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gate tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
So when in Gaich, let's go see the Gustil. Gustil. A simple thank you wouldn't go amiss. All right, we journey together. Let's find the creche.
Make space, and my might is yours.
Okay. Oh, they're all meshed together. Shadowheart and Gale are as one. I don't know. I'm liking Gale because he looks magical. I want to keep him for a while. Asterion, maybe? I was enjoying Shadowheart, even though she's slightly underpowered. I was enjoying her healing. But maybe we've travelled with Shadowheart quite a bit and she could do with the rest. So take Shadowheart's place. Let's send her back to the camp. We could get to know Asterion a bit more as well. And remember, we're both soldiers, aren't we?
If you insist. Don't have all the fun without me.
Well chosen. You have made an ally from Kresh Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel. Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A Kresh must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Raring to go. We've got a full team, a rich team, one in reserve. Emily says, Lae'zel is very cool, but I generally really like all of the companions. I like them all. They're all interesting. I want to know about them all. I want to know who they are, why they are, where they're from, what they do, what they can help with, what their strengths and what their weaknesses are. I want to know everything about this game. I am in. I am hooked. I'm tapped. Tapped in. Okay, we're going to leave that there, ladies and gents, for this stream. I'm going to hit it hard again tomorrow, like there's no tomorrow. But there will be tomorrow, and I will be there. So thank you so much. I've had such fun with you guys, with such passion for the game and knowledge of the game, and your tips, your tricks, and your guidance is fully recommended. Fully appreciated, sorry. So, thank you ever so much. I've been the Patient Wolf. This is my full playthrough, the start of my full playthrough of Baldurs Gate 3. And I shall see you on the next one. Love you guys. Thanks now.